what the fuck happened to Twitch chat?
Your streams. If I pull up your streams but I mute it, it still counts as a viewer, right?
Yeah, it should.
Or do I have to keep it on like 1% volume?
I don't know. I don't know how it works. To be honest.
I'll just pull it up and put it on 1% just in case. Oh my god, shocker, he's wearing 100 Thieves merch.
Perfect. We're live on both. Perfect. We got it set up. Don't know.
Do you have anything in your closet that's not 100 Thieves merch?
Yeah. Not much. But I do.
I didn't even look how much the how much is that cowboy hat?
It's like $245.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's a lot.
Are you getting the lighter?
I don't know, because my girlfriend and I kind of got to the point where we're like, we have to pick one over the other. The lighter or the shirt. I just feel like I'd look good in this shirt, bro. I can't lie.
Yo, you look good in everything you wear, Zeke.
Appreciate that.
That's W gas right there.
That is W gas. That was unnecessary gas, but I'll take it.
Oh, now it turns down my stream for what the fuck? Okay, Boney's good. My computer is about to start tweaking because I have 3 live streams up right now.
Holy shit. Your stuff's about to be cooked.
I have like an old Mac that I just haven't gotten rid of. All right. Register. What the fuck? Soda can.
I'll just have it after. Thank you, though. Okay. All right.
Rivals Fight Night, where your favorite professionals go to unwind. Except the
Yo, Puckett has a narrator voice.
And then their jobs are at risk. It's not really fair, is it? Makes
He
you
really
sad,
does.
Like that
Well,
group
they get paid.
playing on his
This
face.
is so real, Puckett. This
More
is like
than
a real.
one
This is how it
injustice.
feels to be a
If Puckett
professional
read me
esports
a
player,
book,
man.
oh my
Always,
God, I
it's
would
win or go home, man.
love
That's
that.
the way esports is. It's the way it's always been.
Dude, I
Not
don't
for me, Jake.
understand.
There's
I don't
only 4
understand
hosts
like
in
the
esports right now, it
YouTube
feels like.
studio
And, you
like
know, I
stuff
chose this
when they
role for
talk
a
about my
reason.
stream
Uber,
health.
you've had to defend
It's
your
saying
throne for
one
about 7
more
years
than
as
one
caster of the year
ingestion
for
is using the
2025.
primary
I'm gonna go ahead
URL.
and
Send
give
one
your
stream to the
award
primary ingestion
advance.
URL and one stream to
what
the
are you
backup
most
URL.
excited about
I
saying
only
from
have
100
one
Thieves?
stream
Because I have a
for
feeling
YouTube.
your voice will be over
Like,
their
what do you
very
mean
first
backup
championship
and-
video as they lift the trophy
I don't understand.
for Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, I mean,
100 Thieves. What's
I mean, I'm
happening?
having fun.
I don't get
I'm
it.
having fun terrifying every tier 2 caster trying to get into Marvel Rivals. I think that's fun. And they need to know exactly what they're going to bring. You know, that's what I like. We're going to raise the bar. But look, I mean, I do feel like we are seeing like those first few teams, even in tonight, that are going to be like dominating NA. When we finally get those amazing LAN events, like I really think that one of these 3 teams we've seen tonight is going to be carrying that North American flag, if not more. And what I love about this region is that in contrast to what we see over in EU, Virtus Pro are so far ahead, right? It doesn't feel like there's a ton of depth there right now. There's a bit of a gap.
Nuts
Here,
right
we
now.
have
I've
these
made
3
one
teams,
mistake
Flycast,
though.
100 Thieves, Shroud, they are forging each other into better teams. This is what I want to see from a young scene. Because you look like 6 months, 8 months, a year down the line, you have incredible teams coming out of a region where they're pushing each other constantly. So I'm over the moon about it, man. I'm really happy to see this in North America. Not always the case here. And I'm hoping Shroud X, again, are going to force 100 Thieves to step it up yet another notch.
Finzi, I've moved out of my 1-bedroom apartment in New York City. I just bought a house. I will house the entire Virtus Pro team in a garage.
Why
I'll
can I
give you a
not see
facility
my
in North
Twitch chat
America
on
just so we can get you
The
in a
facility
finals.
is a shack.
Facility.
I'm lost, bro.
Dark
This is
Open
streaming
Openly.
shit ain't for
A
me.
full fridge from a few years back. I got some random protein bars and a whole lot of controllers and hoodies. Let's get into the games, though. We got 100 Thieves, we got Shroud X, and all of you are here to watch your favorite Rivals characters. We got a new one, though, and this is something that is coming in Season 2. Jake, the thickness is here.
It doesn't matter.
Look, all I'm saying is I'm gonna need to
Fuck
learn to play
off.
Vanguard because I think if I'm not on Vanguard, she's just gonna squash me like a bug. But maybe that's what I want.
If you didn't know about her, according to Wikipedia,
Okay.
she goes by the White Queen, the Black Queen,
anybody
Emma
in
Frost, Harley.
the
She's got
YouTube
whatever
chat?
name you want to call her, and she is
Well, let me
leading
know
your
how-
front line. She
how
does it all
everything's
with her
going.
telepathic powers. And look at this, Uber. Whoa, the group got denied.
I
Oh, it
mean, this
looks-
is super interesting, right? Like the idea of like deploying a shield, like you can decide where it is for a short time, is like not particularly new, but like it's so sick. Reminds me a little bit of Magneto, except you can place that shield wherever you want. Oh god, she can left, right, and right me wherever she likes.
Wolverine claws.
That is, oh my goodness! I am not ready for this. That is wild. But also, like, you have like a Vanguard
Like,
here that
it's
is
saying
amazing
my
at that
Twitch stream
short
is
sort
live,
of
but
term
then
space control with the shield. Also, have a look
I
at this
don't
ultimate.
have. Wait. You wanna-
Presumably,
I don't
what
know
is she? Is she returning the
She
damage? or
brings
is it
them
just-
to her.
Pulling you in, like
Yeah.
she's sucking
It's like
them
a-
in.
It's like the
This
Groot route, but
multi-streaming
a
stuff
little bit
is
slower and
not it.
tantric.
Yeah, I mean, she, I mean, I don't
Telepathic.
think she
That's the
would
word I was
need-
looking for, Jake.
Yeah, you
Not
misspoke.
like
It
the
can happen.
ultimate.
It happens to the best of us, Bucket.
God, the tease. It's been a long day. My second broadcast, much like Uber. Here we go. That's not true. Only he works that hard. No, new Vanguard is really awesome. And what I took away from that is it kind of looks like hit scan is important to her, Jake. Is that looking to you like it's auto tracking like Cloak and Dagger?
Okay,
Or do you
I
feel like
apparently
this
don't
may
have a
be a
way
little
to
bit
add
more
my
mouse and
Twitch
keyboard
chat.
friendly?
The ranged weapon looked pretty aim heavy. I'm not 100% sure about that. I think
Yeah,
definitely playing against some
tracking-wise.
high mobility heroes, it looked like a tracking weapon,
of,
but it's definitely one of those
it was
characters,
there
especially on
before,
Vanguard, that
and
we're gonna
then
have to get our hands on. I think
I
with just
changed
how many
something,
different
now
skills and
I
abilities
can't
she
get
has,
back.
looks like a
So-
pretty high skill ceiling potential character. Like we've seen things like displacements and grabs look really strong on heroes like Winter Soldier, and so I think having that in the Vanguard cast could become a more relevant hero. Also interested to see what kind of team ups. I feel like there's like a natural, like it could team up with like a Luna Snow or something like that.
Five-letter
with the
word
Frost
down
vibes,
for an
we'll have to see
upscale
what
Colorado
they
skiing
end up bringing
destination.
when Emma Frost does actually join the lineup. Looks competitively
Wait, say
pretty
what?
interesting to me.
Feels
And with that time, we just
What's
bought
a
Shroud X's
five-letter
finished their chicken
word
nuggets. They are ready to
for
party. We
upscale
got 100
Colorado
Thieves. We've got
skiing
Shroud X.
destination.
Should we get into the teams,
Aspen?
Mr. Uber?
Yeah, let's of course have a look at our rosters here and
I
get
believe.
reacquainted with these guys.
Sure.
Shroud X, you just saw them. It was Doomed, Vision, Impunity, Dongmin, Fidel, and Nuxter. This team is correct. Doomed was the MVP from the previous game for a very good reason.
I feel like Dongman is such an unsung hero on this squad.
Yeah.
I mean, the Magneto dunks.
Okay,
He's
well,
such a key performer.
we
for
got
the
Thieves
team, and the
taking on
Vanguard's so stable,
Shroud
so
X
rarely the one who's
in the
who's caught
NA
out of position or
Grand
making a
Finals
mistake.
here.
Just like that, exactly that person you want on Vanguard, the rock of the team, and then the backline as well. Fidel and Nuxter on strategist,
I don't know
really
what's
great use,
happening.
especially even with. I mean, here they've got their
I'm trying
preference
not to
heroes,
crash
the
out
Loki and
right
the
now.
Luna
I'm
Snow.
gonna
I
keep
mean, they're
looking.
great at utilizing these. You get to these incredibly long
Trying
team
not to
fights, and
crash
it's
out.
clear that Shroud X really knows how to play around that level of strategist support.
Wow.
Huh?
Impunity
And so what are you
window.
trying to figure
have
out?
Options at
Well,
Vanguard,
when
but
I
it's
go
like
into
Doomed
my
and Vision to
YouTube
be leading
studio
the way
for the
on
stream,
Duelist. Fidel
I
and
keep getting
Nuxter
like
doing
error
a great
notifications
job
because it's
on
saying
that
more than
back
one
line
ingestion is
for
using
Shroud
the
X. On
primary
other side, we have
URL.
100 Thieves, a team that started
But
down 2-0.
I don't understand that
Battled
because I
back,
have
won
one
3
stream
straight, and
going.
stole the
So it's
title
saying
for
send
North
one stream
America.
to the
Terra was our
primary
MVP in that
ingestion
matchup.
URL and one stream to the
Delana, so
backup.
pop-off
I
games,
have
but
one
Vinny
stream
has been
going,
my
so
favorite
I don't
tank to watch
I don't
recently.
understand
If
like
you're still
sending
on a
it to
controller,
to
keep your eyes on
multiple
TTK, aka top tier kid.
because I
He's the
don't know
best in
where
the
it would
business
go.
currently.
If that
And,
makes
I
sense.
mean, I think 100 Thieves, if they don't have video
And
DC in
then
the first map
with
here,
Twitch,
I think that series last week,
like it seems
started
like
very
everything on
differently up
Twitch
against
is
Shroud X.
fine.
This
The
team,
only problem
I was
is
really
on
surprised
my
as to how
stream
hard they
elements,
got
I
pushed
don't
by the
have
Shroud X
access
squad.
to
Like,
Twitch
these
chat.
guys
I
are,
only have access to
incredible
YouTube
roster,
chat.
we did not expect to see them struggle.
And it
I think
won't let
many
me
of
pull
us
up Twitch chat
were expecting
in
like a
my stream
3-1,
elements.
3-0
Even when
kind
I
of
go into my
situation,
docs and I
but
pull
we
up
quickly
chat,
realized how
it just
quickly
does
the
YouTube
gap
chat.
has
It doesn't
closed in
do
North America.
Twitch
So
chat.
the challenge I issued to 100 Thieves, not that I actually did that, but in my head, was to come back this week.
I don't know why,
looking
like I have
just
a YouTube
above
chat
reproach,
panel
looking so
and then I
tight,
have
so
a regular
clean,
like chat
and
panel.
again, run away with this
But
series
it's
and show
not.
me that they can create a bit of a gap here at the top end of North American
It's
rivals.
not the right one.
It's just hard to stay on top like that, Mitch. You know, for
Why
a
I
team
don't
like 100 Thieves,
stream,
they've
'cause
been
that sounds
on top for
stressful.
weeks and weeks at this point.
Dude, it
Everybody is
never
studying
makes
them.
sense.
Everybody is watching
It
them,
never
downloading
makes
the
sense.
replays,
Like that's
catching
why
the
I
VODs, trying to
like
take any
don't
little
like
detail
streaming
of their play and dissect it,
or like
you know,
trying
use
to
it for
figure out this
themselves,
whole
be ready for it
multi-streaming
when
shit.
100 Thieves brings it out in the match. And so while I don't think that's necessarily going to make them easy to beat, it does make it very hard for them to fend
I don't
off
know.
all of these disparate challengers. So many teams constantly gunning for the throne. The crown is heavy. And so I think there is a chance here for Shroud X. There's a reason they won those first 2 maps in the last week. I mean, the DC helped, but honestly, map 1, they could have won that even without the DC. It got them to round 3, but they wouldn't have even been to round 3 if they couldn't hang with 100 Thieves.
Let them know, Jake. Let them know.
Seems
Shroud X could have been your champs.
A
They
misleading
weren't.
name for
They
a
could be our
taco
champs
slash
tonight.
pasta
Time
restaurant.
to find out if they can get it done. We're going to Hell's Heaven. That means
taco
it's
slash
domination. That
pasta
means there's going to be a
restaurant?
little square in the center. We all fight for it. No one gets thrown out of the ring, but if you stay inside of the ring, you can win the game.
Well,
Jake,
I have
if you're
no idea.
Wolverine, you might throw yourself out of the ring, as we saw Dooms do.
It's like 5 people went off the map.
when Emma gets here, she's going to be tossing people
Well, I
everywhere.
can't even change my stream key
Will
without
we see? Okay, sorry.
gotta go
real
on my
quick.
stream, so
Emma
I'm not doing
Frost,
that.
team up. Let Psylocke and Magneto make clones of themselves. Thank you, Brattle99 in the chat. Confirmed
Magneto?
by OnClear, who says it's also
Whoa.
on the YouTube.
Like a Loki
So-
clone? Wait, that goes crazy, actually.
Right?
If it works like Loki, then
Okay.
it like has to
Well,
not be like
can you
that.
imagine
This is
two
what we're gonna
Psylocks
do
is-
for now because I have no other good way of doing this.
Two
So.
Magnetos like shielding, double shields. The whole map is just a Magneto with a shield.
All right,
Okay.
sorry,
I'm
chat.
here for
We
I can't be too
Yeah.
far away.
trying to
either,
figure out all
since
this
we,
stuff,
head
and
towards season 2 pretty quickly. So
I'm
I'm
gonna be
excited.
honest. It
Those-
doesn't
and
make a
those
lot
team
of
maps,
sense.
Like, having
But
like Emma Frost frontline with Magneto.
looks like we got
definitely a good option.
Hell's
Definitely
Heaven,
easy to make
Haven.
happen. We got the teams in lobby pocket there.
First
Feeling
map.
extra push here. Do you know what I mean?
Are you sure they're in the lobbies? Should we call Nate Shot?
Yeah,
Seems
yeah,
like
he should be
players
co-streaming
may
this
not
anyway,
be
bro.
ready quite yet.
Right? Just
Nate,
FaceTime in the facility.
Shroud
Matt.
is cooking you, brother. 10K
Hey, Matt.
viewers for Shroud. What's going on, Nate?
I'm not getting paid. I know you are while hosting your stream. But if we could just speed this up,
How are we
we
doing
can get into
tonight,
the
chat?
game, and then I can go put my toddler to bed because she's currently walking into the room.
We need to use
wondering
Puckett
why
with the
is Daddy
connections
screaming.
Bro, what is it? It's like 9 p.m. out there, bro. Damn, bro. My kids do not get to stay up that late. That ain't
Oh
happening,
no,
bro.
no, no! She has pneumonia right now. She is not on a regular clock. She is running her own world.
Yeah.
Puckett takes the cat out of his inventory. Yes, no, the cat constantly jumps into my lap, and I don't want it to look weird, like I'm playing underneath here. So I have to occasionally like show you there's an animal, and I'm not just
I see.
your
That's
uncle
true. You could angle
waiting
the
on
camera
Nate
down
Shot's
for me, big
team
boy.
to load into the game. Jake, what was the best thing that happened to you this week?
I gotta say it's been the workouts, man. Been crushing it, hitting the gym day after day, locked in, hitting new peaks, new PRs, feeling good.
You doing a fan fix yet? Like, can people get the gym pick somewhere?
Not recently, man. I gotta give me like another month. Give me another month to get in the best shape of my life, and we'll have to do a sub goal.
Why wait, Jake? Start making money on your feet right now. Uber, speaking of feet, I haven't seen any green one. Will Hulk be in a match?
Let's
in
get into
North
this
America?
match.
Will we see an Iron Man eventually make it in? Because without Hulk, Iron Man's worthless.
Hulk is eclipsed right now by the Thing. You know, he's just basically better in a lot of the same ways, as Hulk has enough mobility and amazing knockup potential. So forget about it. No Hulk, no Iron Man. Not happening.
Okay, Shroud X bans
Hella.
Hella.
Not such a big threat.
Hella is
Adam
the
Warlock
first
goes down
ban.
100 Thieves. They don't want to deal
Thieves
with
ban
that mass
Adam
res comp
Warlock.
that Shroud X kind of worked them over
That
with
legend.
in the
Or
opening
whatever
match
this
Yeah,
last
we don't-
week.
Yeah, we
Oh,
don't
here
want
it
to
is.
Didn't
see.
enjoy the Hella from Energy. They're making sure Delena
We don't
want
wanna
to
see
on
a
the
bunch
other
of the
side, they're
mass
making
revives
sure
and
they
shit.
have either Punisher or Winter Soldier available for 100 Thieves and Domination.
These
Namor
protect
ban. Do you
Rocket
waste
Rocket
100
Raccoon.
Thieves? What do you do here, Uber?
No, they banned the
I
Wolverine.
mean, you are protecting the Lunar Snow.
Oh, damn,
so
you're slightly ahead of me.
You are expecting probably Namor to
Oh,
get
am
looked
I?
at
Are
here
you
if
on-
100
are you
Thieves
watching
wanna play
YouTube or
anything
Twitch?
that's like kind of
I'm on
aggressive,
YouTube.
But because they
Okay,
themselves,
hold on, I'll switch.
But I'm
they
on
have to do
the
it.
ban.
You know what
I'm
I
on
mean? It's just-
1044
It
or
combos to what we
1440.
do. And Groot
I
just
don't know why
cannot really be
fucking
looked at here through the
1040.
big band. There's just not enough space for it. So
It's a
yeah,
new.
expect
Pride,
Sigma,
bro.
here with
I'm
that
pride.
with surf and turf.
Let me
probably
go
called it.
to
Yeah, you just- you don't
YouTube.
wanna
No
mess with it.
Namor, no
It's interesting to see SJP's
Wolverine.
rocket protected over something like the Wolverine. I thought for sure they were going to put Terra on the Wolverine, and you know, 100 Thieves has been great with the Wolverine. They were actually one of the first teams to really innovate and show the potential that Wolverine had, where a
God,
lot of
that
people had
Chipotle
written the
smells
character
so
off
good.
when it was released.
I think they're saying we don't want to play against a Star Lord. We respect your Star Lords
That
on
shit
Shroud
smells
X.
so
Where the
good.
And on the other
fuck
side,
is?
we want to
I have to type
enable
in Marvel
Terra.
Rivals Fight
Give
Night.
him the infinite
Yeah,
ammo
probably.
on the Winter Soldier. Let him
True.
drop most damage in the
Yeah, it
lobby.
smells
If you're
like it
trying to
will.
get rid of our Winter Soldier, he could still flex over to Punisher. With that said,
All right,
map
here we
number
go,
one, your
ladies
North
and
America
gentlemen.
final
Map
for
number
week 5.
1.
It's Rivals Fight Night on the mic. You got put
I had
your
to
host
switch.
right now.
So now,
It's Uber and Jake.
hold on.
Gotta
And we're heading
hit
in
that 2 times.
In just a
You
moment.
still got about 10 seconds.
Again,
I
the
don't
start
even
of
have
series,
the
100
I don't even have the
Thieves
stream up
did
yet.
not get up to the
Oh.
start they were looking for last week, but a bit of a DC made things
Here, it's
uncomfortable
just,
for them this time.
it's
In
Rivals
theory,
Fight Night.
it's an
That's the
even
channel.
playing field. Both sides,
Channel
of
name.
course, looking to lean into the Groot a little bit now. I don't think we're going to be seeing Jeff Fidel obviously quickly switching, and of course can catch up with this Lunar Snow. We will have
Oh,
Doom
fucking
coming
ads.
here on this Star.
Oh no.
Yeah, it's curious to me to see Star-Lord being played here
cracked out.
without any team-ups. I would have thought maybe something else would be a more popular choice.
Hey, you wouldn't be the only one.
But I guess with the Wolverine ban, there's not so many options for playing this flanker. Already, Shroudx off to a
5,
decent
4,
position in the
3,
team fight. Both
2,
teams just getting
1,
this initial
skip.
trade of skills, but Fidel finds one onto Vinny, an uncharacteristic mistake from the Groot. The rest of 100 Thieves not ready for that
Settings.
push-up.
Quality,
And Shroudx happy to
1440.
capitalize.
No,
This is what they did
Siri.
last week, every time they get an advantage, they just run you over, clean you off the map.
I mean,
Few times.
because TTK gives a bubble to Terra, but as they're retreating, so Terra's not actually able to apply this like free pressure with the blaster. Flurry actually ends up just sort of going in and then, you know, eventually being forced to jump away, which left Vinny out at sea a little bit there. You're right, uncharacteristic. It's not the opener we expect to see, but it is a little bit like what we saw last time. And
Just 'cause I
this
had to
Shroud X
change,
team are
like,
already warmed up. They're
more
ready to
stuff.
rumble here, and they've been cooking. They have a lot to prove against the team, or rather against the team who's been considered top in this region for so
Just
long.
wanna make sure,
and they're
like,
wasting no
everything
time
sounds
in getting
good.
the fight started. Here, though, of course, you'll have your Lunar Snow ultimates in play. Nuck going to throw the first down.
Yeah, and they're traded out for now. 100 Thieves going to be happy
what
with
are you
how
at
the
right
fight has
now?
gone.
What's your
Opportunity to
percentage
pop
at?
a legendary. Meteor M response available.
Percent,
Thieves
I'm at
already found one,
44,
though. Getting a
45.
surprising amount of work done
What
here.
the fuck? I'm at 58.
TTK didn't
What
have the Meteor
the-
M on the other side.
Dude.
So response from Shroudx was available.
This is why I don't watch on
Not the other
YouTube.
way. Terra not getting any connection, and already Shroudx off to a huge advantage in the round.
No, beautifully done, and I just think Terra's not ready there for this Galactic Legend. They have the ultimate, they do pop it, but Doom is too far above them. Terra does not have the time to get air, so to speak. They're actually stuck on the ground.
Pause it, or do you want to hit it 2 times?
No, I hit it
That
2
helps.
times.
And looking to achieve their win conditions first and as early as possible.
Holy
I really enjoy
shit.
how
How was I this
also
far
strength is
behind? I
about
hit it 2 times when I got up to go pee.
Thieves have got to win this fight,
the
but
hell?
they've lost Terra already.
I mean, things are just falling apart here for 100 Thieves. This is a very weak start. Already they're grabbed.
I mean, we're getting
Extremely
spanked right
Delana.
now.
Big ult thump though comes through from 100 Thieves. It's
We're
going to
good.
be an
Delana just hit a
overwhelming
3-piece,
amount of
4-piece.
resources to be brought to bear. Shroudx just don't have the tools to answer this, but they are going to
Oh my
get.
god, Delana just got
nearly
5.
99%, maybe actually are going to get 99. Extremely close here, and that's an expensive retake for 100 Thieves. That pickoff from Vision forces, I think, an over response in terms of ultimates.
Okay. What an interesting game state here. Delana obviously having their Hella band out. Going over the Winter Soldier, which is, again, something we've normally seen Terra
Okay.
actually on. But this is the comp the 100 Thieves that have to play.
Maybe
Shroud
this
X
is
also
the
have a pretty
start of the
respectable
comeback here.
combination of abilities in this
97%
next fight,
for
with
Shroud
Five
X.
World copied and a cracking impact of their own here from Vision. Can he get good biotic arm connections? That's what he's looking for.
They're going to
So
have
here,
ult
onto
advantage
the front
here in a
line against
second.
this Groot now. Wanting to try and push up, but takes a ton of damage. It's going to be Rejuvenation Domain popped here for Shroud X as they take a faceful back in response. It is respectable output
for-
in general from 100 Thieves. And here comes
Oh, we
that
didn't get
cracking impact.
anybody.
Now it's time to
Huge.
go.
38 on
Harvey's clones get
40,
removed. The resets here
41.
get for
Is that where you're
Vision,
at?
'cause there's too much healing.
Loki's
I'm at
got to stay alive for
43,
100 Thieves. They don't have
44.
a second strategist ultimate until he gets that online.
I'm gonna
I
pause.
might be
Legendaries
like
pop
half a
dueling
second
with the
behind
Meteor
you.
M, making the difference. Dogman is holding on to his own
Hey,
Meteor
what's
M.
up,
Someone
Broken?
who wins that trade. Much better
You
fight
don't know how
than
this
on
game
the
works.
Star-Lord
Yeah,
copy ult from
there's
Loki, but
kind of a
will it
lot
be enough?
going on,
Oh,
to
dude,
be
it was
honest.
so sick there. That was amazing. Abuses a third person.
I'm
AFC
gonna
around the
gonna
corner,
assume you
and then
never
whips
like
that
got
corner
into
quickly,
Overwatch
makes
or like
the terrorists
never
have a chance
watched
to
or played
respond. It's all
Overwatch,
about the quicker trigger
because
finger
that's like the
in that
closest
battle between
comparison.
Star-Lords. Shroud X, that was not close at all.
All right, well, we just got spanked
This is a little bit worrisome for 100 Thieves. I mean, I'm also
on
kind
that
of
first
question
map.
the hero picks here.
Dude, we're getting an ad in the middle of the map. What is happening?
This is a little bit worrisome for 100 Thieves.
Never,
I mean,
yeah.
I'm
So,
also kinda question the hero picks
basically,
here.
there's
I mean,
like,
Terra has been
there's
the best Winter Soldier in
3
NA.
different game
Maybe
modes.
Doom competes for that title, but Terra has been phenomenal.
I believe
like just a difference
this
maker on the
one,
Winter Soldier.
honestly, I don't know
But
the
on,
name of
on
this
the Star-Lord,
this
I
one
haven't seen so much
specifically,
of it
but
from
it's
so much of that from
basically
him.
like,
Domination.
is it
Same with
domination?
Atlanta. I mean, these two duelists,
I don't
it
know.
just
I
feels
think so.
awkward for them. Maybe the hell
Yeah,
Or it's
so
like hard
really
point.
does put 100 Thieves in
So
a bit of an
basically,
awkward
it's
spot.
like
looks fine,
it's
right? The
it's
issue has been
almost
Terra
like
on this
if you've
Star-Lord.
watched Halo at all,
They've
it's
not been
kind of
able to
like
find
King of the
the
Hill,
final
but like
weapons
the
they
hill
needed.
doesn't move.
I mean, 13-1.
It's like in
to
one
0
spot.
3.
Basically, there's
That's
like a zone.
brutal stat
One
gap.
team has to go and
And
like
it does
take
come from the
control of
fact
the
that
zone,
Stratex is just winning
and
a lot
then
of these
once
team
they
fights
do
so
that,
aggressively, so
they
decisively.
gain like a
But 100
percentage,
Thieves off to a
and it's
slow
the first
start.
team
And
to
I mean,
100
you could
wins.
say, hey, you're not warmed up, but they've been scrimming. They've had the
But
time to prep for this match.
we lost like the
They've got no
first.
reason not to come out. Well, the gate's looking strong at this point.
I don't know if you would
Second up,
consider
they
it
have
like
the
a
privilege of
map
defending
or
their title.
what exactly, because this is
Stratex
still
again.
technically like
Throwing it back.
map
Last
1
time,
or match
we did
1.
also see Stratex get off to a great start here, but
Similar
it's
to
already
like
done.
a control,
You
this
really
is
don't wanna
like
get
you
ahead of
have to
yourselves
win
here against the
multiple
Thieves.
rounds.
Stratex have really learned their
So
lesson now. They've played maximum Marvel
Thieves
Rivals tonight so
now
far.
have to win
Thieves
the
reach-
next
oh,
2
good back
rounds
arm.
in order to win
Nicely done.
this
Terra
map.
also low, but crucially, Vinny's out of the picture and cracking impact now to follow it up here. Stratex, no prisoners being taken, no quarter being
So right now
offered. These
nobody's on the
guys
point, so
mean
nobody's like
Yeah, they don't wanna
progressing
go through
yet.
that next choke point, though.
But
Gonna
now
take the kill with the Kraken impact, gonna go back
Shroud
and take
X
the cap as
is on
well.
the point, and
Now,
if you
if
see in
they're
the
able to
top,
retake this
like
high
up at the
100 Thieves
top,
at least
the
have a bit of a
percentage that goes
position
up,
on the map here. So
they
they
have
don't
to
have
get to
fully retake
100.
through the choke
Thieves have
points.
to stop
Doom
them,
getting a lot
take
of
control
pressure
of the
from that
point,
barrage,
and
though.
then
Very
they'll start
difficult. 100
scoring,
Thieves is just
if that makes
kind of
sense.
falling to pieces
It's
so far
kind
in
of
map one.
confusing.
Yeah, the amount of hitting pressure is insane. Doom is getting so much done, and I think he probably wants to try and pop that Galactic Legend as soon as 100 Thieves move out into the open properly. That's ballsy. Very aggressive. Doom has been out of force, though. They've faded both worlds at
Okay.
least. They hold on to this Galactic
We
Legend.
did get
Looks
blood.
like a chance to actually make use of it here as all of 100 Thieves drop to the point. There was SJP being forced to ult now, though. Timing decent.
Give me that
I think we're on
TTK
the
dunk.
same page.
Of course, Media Rem
I
soaking up
paused
a fair
it.
bit of that Galactic
Okay.
Legend damage. Doom
Perfect.
doesn't get any kills off it.
100 Thieves fighting this one quite a bit better, stabilizing on the point. There's
One of
not
them
much
gonna
left
play
in the tank for
Spider-Man.
Shroud X.
Spider-Man
100
is
Thieves are gonna
not
be able to get
typically
this split
somebody
without losing
that
too many of their ultimates.
you
They
see
put
too
themselves in a
often, I
decent
feel
spot to win
like.
the round, but they've still
It's
gotta
kind of a
clean up
character
few
that
more
comes
stragglers
out
from Shroud
in,
X. Doom
like,
doing a fantastic job of
high
kills flying around,
pressure
wasting a lot
situations
of
where
time
it's
and
like
getting a bit of extra percentage
one
for the
team has to
squad.
move really quick, I feel like.
But Impunity strikes back onto Terra, so already Shradix gonna have a momentary power play. Maybe Star-Lord
Because
is gonna be able
Spider-Man
to get
is
back
like
into
a
the fight
very
quickly.
fast,
But without the Star-Lord,
like,
it's hard to take
movement-based
these
character.
frontal brawls into the choke
Bro,
point. Typically,
why
you
did we
wanna put
just
the
give up
Magneto
so
above
much
them. You wanna
space?
send
Oh, there
them
we
in
go,
and,
Terra.
you know, force some of those early skills off. But Shradix are gonna be able to walk out onto the point pretty confidently.
Again, I mean, how do Thieves have so much to work with?
We just,
skill,
like,
though?
sat back
They've
and
got the
let
nasty combo,
Shroud
of course,
X just,
the
like, take a
Groot
bunch
and
of
Winter
space.
Soldier set up here.
Yeah.
And, Vision goes down already, so Galactic Legend here getting value as Shroud X find themselves without any of those.
I'm wondering if like
impactful
comp
strategist
is
ultimates.
not like a problem for them, but just like it's not what they would have wanted.
One kill and elongate your time on the point.
Nuck,
So
very
they need
close to that
Wolverine.
copy.
Well,
Would love
typically
to have an
Terra
extra dance floor.
on this
It's
map
gonna be
will
a
play
heavy
Wolverine,
trade of
but
strategies will win
Wolverine
this
was
next team
banned
fight.
by
The key
Shroud
difference
X
will be the
before
Kraken impact. Can
before
either
this map
team
started.
find those eliminations with the
So
execute
unfortunately,
through the support ult?
we did
That's
not
gonna
get
be
to
the
see
difference. If you
the
can get that done, you
goated
can likely
Terra
get yourself the edge in this fight,
Wolverine
but of course,
play.
both teams aware of the threat.
Dude's a beast on
All right, once again,
Wolverine.
get ready for a Lunaso ultimate in play. Harvey copying. Okay, we'll be frozen up here for a moment.
I mean,
Another
we have a
opportunity
ton
here
of
to
ults
punish
here.
Marcus without
God.
both worlds. Now, Shroud need to get to work here. Notice Doom's here working on the periphery, but there'll be another Lunaso ultimate to deal with now. Pain of Voltage comes through.
They just got
Here's the
absolutely
Galactic Legend now.
shit
Nice
on.
little prison, and that's
Oh.
the combo. Vision
Yeah, that's not
delivers
ideal.
The second half of that coup de grace. 5 big eliminations there. Impunity will still the ace, but I think the message has
All right,
surely been delivered.
so
That was
looks
a
like we
nasty
lost
combo,
map
the
1.
strangling prison. And that was close though. 100 Thieves, they switched their dance.
No, they
mode to
are. They
damage
have,
mode, trying to burst through the
they
enemy
have,
Luna's ultimate, but they were just
Delena's
short of
playing
hitting the elimination
Winter
threshold.
Soldier, or Bucky, and then Terra is playing Star-Lord. Both of them have guns.
Shroud X now looking to get even, looking to get into the lead here. And awkward awkward for
last
100
fight.
Thieves, who unfortunately
Yeah.
are
We
out
don't
of the
get it.
spawn through some of these chokes. They're able to get up to the high ground, but now they've got to get to the point quickly.
Wait, so
and
what's the
Shroud X are
point
here
of
to
that?
slow
I've seen
them
those
down.
like vertical or like
Kid wants to get
horizontal
forward here, but
walls
doesn't
like
really know
above
what direction he ought
choke
to be
points.
heading in. Decent
What
poke
what
damage
does
there,
that
of
do?
course,
Do
a
you know?
Meteor M that would answer any ultimate from Doom, but that's not really on deck. 94% and counting. Thieves are going to be allowed to move out to the
Advantage.
open,
We have
Jake.
2 ults.
Vinny is so low.
I need
He's
TTK
gonna
to
stay
dunk
by
on him.
supports. That
I
regeneration
know.
domain gonna stabilize things for the moment
We
on
need
the
that.
point.
We need that
Shroud X,
three-piece
Fidel still
TTK
holding on
dunk.
to that dance floor from Luna Snow. Both teams would love to be the first to force the other to pop the support ultimate,
Here it is. Come on.
but neither are yielding just yet. 100 Thieves with a bit
No.
more ultimates, and it's Shroud X who have to pull the trigger
Dude,
first.
how
So
are
a
you
slight
like
advantage
slightly
here.
ahead of me
That was-
still?
Could be the final fight.
Am I? I'll pause again.
Or wait, no, TTK never even used his ult. Now he, I think now he's about to. I'm so confused.
Doesn't stab. Unless you got teleported back. Like Delana just got a kill.
So 100 Thieves are going to have to spend everything here to stay in the game.
He's got another one. TTK got a kill. And I just got an ad. Lit.
Okay, now Delana just got a kill. How are you that far ahead? What?
Shroud X, they've got to die on point here. It's
That's
gonna be full lead.
insane.
But these kills are
Did
gonna
my
keep
It's probably
stream
'cause
just like
your ad.
slow
If
down?
100 Thieves see a chance
No,
here.
no, no, no,
They
no.
can draw
It's
some more
something
blood,
with
get
the
some more
ads because
cleanups.
I just got an
It's gonna be a
ad and then it
difficult
like
retake. I
put me
wonder
back
if
a
you
little
even need
bit.
to go Doctor Strange. This
Oh,
is a very
okay.
tight call. Dongmin
Like
is
I'm
gonna
at
go for the Strange.
86,
So they're
87,
gonna have one last fight
88.
here.
Oh, then we're right at the
89.
same
It's gonna
spot
be
now.
hard for Shroud X to just
90,
get
yeah.
into this fight
It
decently.
has to do with the
What the
ads.
Portal is a nasty choke.
Oh shit,
They're
this
like
is a
fucking with the
huge,
stream.
this is a huge portal.
Rejuvenation domain pop very early. Terror tries to go in over the top with the blaster barrage, but will eventually head back to his
All right,
side.
whoever gets this,
Delena's got ult. Wait, we have. They
we
don't
have
have any
three.
ult.
Yeah, we have 3 ults. They just got
Oh,
Loki
get 'em.
ult. Oh, huge. Oh my god.
What a ult by Vinny, bro. Vinny ulted and got all of them together right in the middle.
That's huge, bro.
That was nasty.
Yeah, 'cause the Groot ult, like, traps him, right?
They force around
It's like a
yeah,
jail
it like
thing.
sends out vines. Yeah, sends out vines and holds them in
Oh my
place.
god, huge.
I mean, I'm loving that last round.
Yeah,
That
Broken.
was
So we're
huge.
tied
100
now.
Thieves as well. Had to
We're
win a pretty tough
1-1
fight to come
in
back,
on
but
this map. So
I'm
whoever
telling
wins
you,
this
the
one
good
closes it
combination
out.
with that Winter Soldier, even more
That's
powerful
not
potentially
good
than
when
what
our
Warlord can offer
one of our
in that
tanks
same
is leading
situation.
in kills though.
Spaghetti meatballs? Anybody? That's what it feels like anyway.
Yeah.
I got to give a lot of credit to
Not
Harvey
ideal.
and SJP. I mean, you don't often see the difference that these strategists make in the kill feed, but it's critical that 100
Brody
Thieves are
Bigler, I
often
love that
not
name.
Getting the better
That's-
later support ults.
That's
When those
such a
strategist ults come out
like
first, you kind of know that okay, well, once all the strategist
dope
ults come
name
to a
in my
close,
mind.
we're gonna have
Brody
1 or 2
Bigler.
extra
I love
seconds
it.
to be able to free fire onto you before
I love
ours
it.
do. And I mean, that little tactical advantage is enough for these top teams to win decisively. And it feels like when it's an even trade, more often than not, it's 100 Thieves able to hold those ults.
It just
just a little
it's
bit
got a
longer.
good ring to it, you know. It's got a good ring.
All right. At the side around here on Hell's Heaven. Nice to see 100 Thieves get into the game in a big way despite Terra having
right.
a slow start.
Here we go. Here we go.
Part of the
Harvey
game.
still has his
On that Super
ult.
Soldier
They have
lab.
5 ults now though.
Here we go. Going to be the same start to this fight. Blaster barrage.
I don't know what. Do you know what Loki's ult does?
It copies somebody else's ult.
Oh, okay.
Look at it, 65, 75.
Oh my
A big
god.
charge up there.
I mean, that should have dealt a ton of damage, right?
How did that
But a
not?
great counter to that enemy ultimate.
Maybe just 'cause it was the Loki.
Oh my
it's
god.
deadly. The combo it always seems to be the Kraken impact that has the shock and awe factor. As Shroud X were not satisfied.
Okay, well, I mean, they
with
had
letting
all the
Doom get shut
ults.
out of that
They had
fight.
all the ults.
Yeah, nice focus fire, and a few ultimates even came out.
Why
from
did-
100
why
Thieves.
Marvel
Shroud X, I
Rival
like that they
devs
just
can't
rip ults
add
right off the
S&D?
bat in that team. Like, they know
S&D
that they're
I
coming
don't
into
think
this
would
round
play
with
good in a
ultimate
game
advantage,
mode
so any
like
kind of
this.
long, slow
Or in a
fight
game
is
like
just gonna
this. It
favor
would
100
definitely be
Thieves. They have more
interesting.
ultimates
I
to
agree with
charge up.
Brody. It would
And so I
definitely
think
be
moving
interesting,
incredibly
but
quickly was exactly the
If
right
I'm
move and a great
watching
read there from
Groot
Doom.
playing a bomb,
that
I'm
would
losing
be
my mind.
See
insane.
that great time as well to get your team in an early lead.
That would be
Also
wild,
really
bro.
Groot just
last
vines
fight.
out and
You
plants a
see,
bomb.
you see that, like the old school COD like spinning while planting the bomb. It's just a giant ass Groot spinning, planting the bomb. That'd be crazy.
Wait,
Yo,
that'd
what's
be
up,
sick, though,
Scarecrow?
'cause you could have like Invisible Woman go invis and just plant the bomb,
Oh yeah, that would be diabolical, dude.
or just ninja diffuses it with the Invisible Woman.
That would be
Knockout
tough.
Off the back of that, Shroud X looking for a player advantage here if they can get it, but now they've got to play
That would
defensively
be
against
tough.
this enemy Star-Lord.
What do you do? Watch party for this week's CDL matches? I will for the Thieves matches. I won't for like all of the matches because there's a couple other like Thieves matches that are happening. Valorant plays tomorrow, I believe, and then Rivals plays either tomorrow or Saturday as well. So I'm gonna try and watch party those.
SJP able to get that ultimate in play.
That Venom G8. I don't know if they do GAs because they just have like bans. They have like picks and bans before matches.
So we've had back-to-back Lunarstar
GAs.
for both sides now.
I think COD is the only league that really does
Find
GAs.
those resets, pressuring that high ground. The Loki clones need to be dealt with apparently. Shroud X though, happy to let this one drag out
If
here.
anybody's interested, Thieves Talk, newest intern will be live with the Apex match.
86% and change.
Has just stalled now for Shroud X.
Are you going to be streaming it?
A couple more seconds
No, I don't
percentage.
stream.
90%, pretty decent. They've already ripped the streak.
But I'll be in a watch party Discord if anybody
about
wants
this
to
one.
join.
You will be in a watch
They
party
still have some
Discord, though.
respawners coming up. Yeah, they are just going to take the conventional approach. To
Like
point.
BO3 rules? Yeah. Just like that. They have
Ultimate
they have
status
their picks and bans.
relatively even.
You get two bans and then one protect,
go.
basically, in like
Yeah,
BO3
turning out
terms,
now.
I would say.
Still though,
Duelist ultimates, though. I mean, we've seen how good. This
That's why
back
we
impact
didn't
can be.
see
This could be the opener that Shroud X
Terra
needs.
Wolverine because
And Knuckles gonna build
they banned
40%,
him.
like,
Otherwise, I'm
throughout,
pretty
that
sure
ultimate.
that's who Terra would have played.
Looks like they were the initial target. This was
Scared.
staved off by a
Yeah, they
regeneration
don't
domain.
want to face off against Terra's
Terra gonna
Wolverine.
make use of that ultimate as well. So we have both
I mean,
stars
I
of
wouldn't,
abilities being
that's for
used. Like
sure.
you mentioned, keep your eye on the duelist ultimates. It's almost time for another wave of crack.
Yeah, I hope the Val team looks good tomorrow too, Brody.
Okay, Strangling Thorns
Oh,
is
that's
going
not
to
good.
Shit on us.
That's
Crack
not good.
everybody in. As Vision drops down, this is gonna
Yeah,
be
that's
Shroud
not
X
good.
now. Gonna take control of the point. And that ultimate from Harvey, unfortunately,
Oh, he just keeps getting
not
it.
enough to save them here. Shroud X with the map on the line.
We gotta go
10%
quick.
away.
We gotta go
GTK
quick.
onto the strains. Desperation portal. I think he's got just enough time to make it. It's gonna be very awkward. Position is weird. They come in though with that
Touch.
Lunar Snow ultimate dance floor. Responded though
Okay.
by Shroud, so they're still in this. Very much a fight on the point. Delana has that Kraken impact. Needs to find pickoffs. Needs to be the difference maker. But already Shroud X have found one.
Oh,
Yeah, that's
Dude.
good. Delena going down
No,
second there
how
as
did
well.
we have
They went
Luna
down with
ult?
that Kraken impact. No chance to make use of it
And
there.
we get
And it ends
nothing.
up being a pretty decisive end to the round for Shroud X. And
Oh man,
couple
we just got
times, Jake,
spanked that
Vinny
map
and
one.
Delena
That's not
were
ideal.
able to get those ultimates synced up.
That is not
Sometimes we just see
ideal.
Random strangling prisons. Sometimes the follow-up was okay, but
Someone
Our
bans
map, our
Wolverine.
map.
I'm crashing out as a Punisher.
that combo between Bucky and Groot that really can blow these fights.
Punisher, I
open,
think,
even
is
up against
typically
Loki.
good on like the.
This is such a critical map win for Shroud X because as
What's
much as,
the
yes,
what's
it
the other
was a
game mode
close
where you have to
series,
push the
the
cart?
last time,
I
last
feel like
week in Rival
Punisher's
Fight
like
Night, when
mostly
these
good
two
on
teams
that
faced
type of
off, in the
type of
end,
map.
You got to remember the last three maps they played.
He plays
100
Punisher in
each one.
comp,
That's
though.
the nature of the reverse sweep. And so
Yeah.
for Shroud X, they're kind of breaking the back of some of that momentum.
There's definitely
if
like
anything,
specific
carried over from
characters
last
that are
week.
like
Doom
played
Vision, yeah.
heavily.
Big stats here on map one.
I mean, and like all this.
I would
damage
say the
output from Terra, it's
six,
been
the
really
six
good.
that you
But
see.
securing those final hits is such a crucial part of the game plan here.
I don't.
And unfortunately, Terra's
One
just
thing
not
I
able to do
don't
that.
understand
Not with
though
ultimates,
is the
not,
like the
you know,
protect.
outside of that either.
Like you
Doom's
waste
able
a
to outdo them in
protect
terms of
and then
damage,
you
a very
don't
respectful 35,000.
use that
Also,
hero.
like,
I don't
the
understand
timing,
that.
being able to find
Yeah, I
opportunities,
don't
Bucket,
really get
to
that
make use of that
either.
galactic legend when there aren't any of
Like
those
we
Lunar Snow ultimates
protected
there.
Rocket, but we didn't use Rocket at
It was
all.
a fun one,
Like I
and
feel like we
we've
should just
seen this story
protected
before.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Round 3,
I don't know how it
domination.
works though. If they
Shroud X
ban
goes up.
Wolverine like before we have our
100 Thieves
protect,
reverse sweeps.
like
it's not happening.
how
this
that
time around,
works.
though. This is a different story. They're
Well, no,
rewriting
because they
history here,
ban.
but one
You
map
can't
at a
because
time,
they banned
impunity.
Wolverine with their second.
He stayed in the game the
ban.
whole time. There's no lagging out on the
Oh.
other side for Vinny.
Like
Yeah, I
we
don't-
protected
Safe
Rocket
game.
and then they banned
Everything's fair.
Wolverine as
Shroud
their
X has
final
went
ban.
clean.
Yeah, I
You
don't.
guys, if
I don't
you're 100
know.
Thieves right now, do you take us once again to Havdajalia? Do you still have the
Yeah.
confidence in that map? I mean, you got rocked in game 2 in the last series on Havdajalia. You got full held, crushed.
I don't know
by
any
Shroud
of the
X.
map
That's what put
names
them
to
up
be
2-0
honest.
in the
So
series
when
in
I
the
hear the
first place.
maps being
Maybe
talked
there's just
about,
another
I'm
map
like,
you
I
can
don't
use.
know what that
Let's
is.
just simplify this. Let's go to
Holojalia
Universal
is
path
the
where
like
we
really
sort of
bright
turn the series
one where
around,
they
you know, feels more
we
comfortable.
usually stop
But
teams
in
at that
fairness, there's a
second
reason they
curve.
picked it. It must
Like they
be
can't
one of
get
their best
past
maps
that.
they picked
Oh,
all
okay.
for a loss.
It just,
Okay.
The idea about how to play
know which one you're talking about.
Holojalia, though, seemed off, or at least an outdated
The, like,
strategy that
goat-
Shroud X
the
were able
goat
to really
cart
punish.
that-
They
Yeah,
just
yeah,
forced
yeah,
themselves
yeah,
to do the same
okay.
poke, man. Like it looked so odd as like your
Yeah, I
first
just don't. I
map
don't
that you're
play
picking
enough
in
of
this series,
Rivals
and you look so
to
horrendous
know
on it.
what
Right,
some of
none
the
these
names
maybe
and
just weren't
stuff
as good
are.
at it as they thought. I want to see it again Because I want to see.
I
Like,
mean,
wanna
I
see them go
don't-
back, look at the tape,
I
and
don't
realize
have
what went wrong,
cable,
because they
so
were
this is
defeated
literally all I
fucking
do. It's just
banging their head
watch
against a brick wall over and over again on that
That's
map.
fair.
esports
Yeah.
and Twitch. So
It's got to be frustrating.
fair.
I don't want to see another domination. I feel like play a long game.
It's kind
You've
of a
already
vibe,
Oh, it
to
is
be honest.
domination.
Edge over 100 Thieves.
Okay.
so that is
Are
domination.
you able to
So
pull
That was-
them
that
on
was
anything?
domination.
You know you have to attack first. So I think just
Write
keep
that
the
down,
gas
Zeke,
pedal
write that
if you
down.
can. 100 Thieves.
Write that down,
We'll
write that
see what
down.
they've got for us. Before we jump into this game, though, I want to give a shout out to all
Damn,
the
we're
players.
missing
We have a
Destiny. She
bunch
would
of
have loved
people
that reference.
co-streaming tonight. Our players are live streaming as well. And while we talk about that, let's actually turn our attention to the highlights.
I don't know.
Uber,
She
you
wasn't in the
mentioned it.
last stream
Take
either.
to the sky, the Galactic Legends, when they did hit, huge impact. But so many times these strategies.
usually,
were
if
able to
I'm
counter.
not in the stream,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
the
usually at the
trick here
gym.
with Star-Lord Puckett is getting up into the
That
air
makes
with your
sense.
shift first, right? And you notice the problem for Terra there. They didn't have the window to do that because they're being altered.
Yeah,
Right? They
last
have to
stream
pop
I was
their
like,
own
damn, I don't
Galactic
got
Legend to try and
gold in the
fight
stream. I don't got
against
Destiny
Doom.
in the
But
stream.
if they do
Like
that, they can't get into the sky. They have
my
to fight
people
like
aren't
this.
here.
Bro,
So they're stuck on the ground.
bro was lost.
I know. I was like, my
That's
people aren't
pretty average
here.
stuff. Here you can see the group combo. It's really effective.
I do feel like
very, very powerful. If there are any
like,
situations where like you have a lunar ultimate
with
and you can
how
damage
much
boost that
on
combo,
YouTube I
it'll
do
cut through
like pretty
healing
much only
massively.
COD.
So
I
there are
think
some
it's
fights in where, like, even if you
sometimes
have
harder to get
42,000 lunar ultimates,
like
it doesn't save you.
people to come into the streams because it probably doesn't get pushed out as much since I
You have to-
typically
you have to
only
have
do
it.
COD
If
stuff.
you get strangling
So like
prison
now
and
that
then,
I'm
you know,
trying
you
to
see that cracking
do
impact come down,
whether
you
it's
lose.
Valorant
Unless, like,
or like Rivals
maybe
with
you
this,
play
I
at a
think
more
that's
like
gonna
soul bonded, but it's
take
still
some
bad
time to
because so many
get
people get
more
caught
like
by it. So many
Rivals
people take that
fans
damage, and there's not many
to
ways to have that
come into the
invulnerability.
stream and stuff
Your
like that.
Loki lamps, we'll call them,
Yeah.
need to be on point.
I mean, that's what Nicewig's
Yeah,
doing.
and we kinda
He was
saw
only
a
like he
lot
would
of
only
times
stream Apex, and now he's
Magneto
trying to
just
stream
comes out,
and
just
watch
trying to
party
force utility,
Valorant,
right? He's like, let's get
Rivals.
that out from Loki. Let's get it out of the way. I used my
Well, I just
meteor.
looked at it
Okay,
as
now
like
Groot set up.
there's
Let's
nobody
finish it
watch
here with the
partying
Winter
like
Soldier.
the Thieves
Jake, I don't
stuff
think we're seeing
really.
one
Like
of those two
obviously,
in the
like
next
you
map.
said,
We're going to Shin Shibuya.
Nicewig
If
is
you're
starting to
just
do it,
joining
but
us, this is gonna be a map
like
where you
nobody
need
else
to
was
go
really
take the
doing it
point,
for
unlock
any
it,
of the
and
other
you're gonna
matches.
take
And
your little
then
crab car all
you
the
know,
way
like
to the
I have
finish
wanted to
line.
see
Will we
Nate
get
Shot
there?
do
It's
it
time to
for
find
all of the
out.
stuff, but
Before we get to it though, Jake, thoughts
he
on
only
the
really
choice
does
here
it
from
for
100
like
Thieves?
COD and Val.
I don't hate
If he
the
does
map
it for
choice,
Val.
I think for them it's like whatever they're prescribing, whatever they're comfortable.
So for
Honestly,
me,
I
I was
wouldn't
like,
really
well,
be worried about any map that
you
they
know,
pick. What
I
am worried
don't
about
watch
and
party
focused
like
on
all the
in map
COD
two is the
COD
way that
stuff,
they play
so
this ban protect phase.
I might as well
think
do all the Thief
they
stuff
protected the
since
Rocket
I
last
cover
round,
all the
and
Thief
they
stuff
didn't
anyway.
play any
So
Rocket.
Didn't
So
use it.
yeah, so you know, in theory,
Wait, what?
I think that, like, if
59%
Shroudex is gonna
have
open with the Hella
Falcons
ban, that
beating
should expose
Miami
them to getting a
on
Wolverine protected,
on
and I think 100
Saturday.
Thieves
On
Well, did you
Jake
see the new
Maverick's
team?
poll.
Shroudex has showed that they don't want to.
Yeah, I don't think they're
wherever
gonna-
possible. But
I-
if you don't ban it,
I
from
mean-
the
Priest is
100
dog
Thieves should at
shit.
least protected to introduce the possibility.
Arcides
he hasn't been
However,
plays
great.
like he
Yeah.
has
It's that
cement
good
on his
Shibuya,
feet.
So this map pick maybe says that.
But you
got
got to think though, they have Clay as a coach.
Deploy the Rocket in this game.
Awesome job.
That's the
Listen,
one thing
all I
I
care
kind of
about
forgot.
is
Team,
watching-
you can
They have
follow
Clay
along
as
with
the
us. If you
coach.
missed the earlier games, don't worry. We
I
got
do-
the
I-
previous
I wanna
banner
see how
protects
Kenny
right
does against
below the
Optic.
team name, but now it's time to go live.
That
100
team could
Thieves
honestly
say,
be really
"We
good if
don't
Kenny
want
like
that
finds his
much
pacing.
Star-Lord. You can play him some, but no cocoons. On
If
the
Kenny
other
gets
side,
back
Shroud
to
says,
like
we're not dealing with
typical
Delenos.
Kenny,
Hella do not
that
wanna
that
do
Minnesota Rocker
headshots.
team could be
What do you do if you're
really
100
good.
Thieves? What are we protecting?
Okay, we got a hella
I mean, you might
ban.
You might try and get your winner
No-
combo.
no
right? You
Delana.
might again-
Yeah.
Wow.
Look at that! Look at that, broken. We got a Terra Wolverine coming
I
in.
like this look more. I think this should be comfortable for 100
We got a
Thieves.
Terra
The question
Wolverine
is,
coming in.
Is it actually good on Shin Shibuya? I'm a
Really
little
hope the
skeptical on
Val
this
team
map. It's
looks
particularly
strong
long
tomorrow.
range. There's a
I
lot
mean,
of opportunities
we're playing
for
Loud,
somebody
and
like Winter
Loud
Soldier to like hook
lost
you or shut you
to
down.
2G, which is a
He's
challengers
not
team.
coming out on point
So
one, I would assume.
Wait, dead ass.
It's pretty hard
Yeah.
to break in against
Oh
a
shit!
stalwart
Then
defense.
we gotta lock in.
2G,
We
What's
can't lose
happening,
that
'cause
one.
100 Thieves are on the
yeah,
attack
2G
first.
is
I believe that's how it always
they
works.
came
If
up
you
through
choose the map,
Ascension.
you attack
last year
first. Let's jump
to make
into
the
map
league.
set. Hell's Heaven locked locked up
They're
by
all Brazilian.
Shroud as they were able to get it done in a round 3.
Shin Shibuya.
Yeah, we got Shin Shibuya up next.
It's a best of 5. First to 3 wins takes home $1,000. Uber, take it away.
All right.
Takes home
Running
1,000
that
big
shit,
ones,
we haven't
huh?
talked about too much 'cause we've been so
Okay.
Care about
so
the
much
money,
now
or if
seeing
this
these
is
top
just
3
like
teams in NA
more practice for
throw
him.
down. Now,
It's probably looked at as
Wolverine's
more
still
of
an
like
option because
practice
you
and stuff.
can, I mean, with Groot banned, you're very likely to see Strange, especially for the attack side. TP behind, set up a portal, and try and see if you can use the Wolverine to dig people out of rotation. Now, I also
Vinny's
think
on the
the Thing is
thing.
a very reasonable inclusion.
Yeah,
Sir James
especially
Parker
defensively.
on the
If there's
Luna.
a choke, Vinny can
Right?
control
Luna? Is that what it is?
really well,
Yeah.
of course, and having the mobility to jump back and forth
TTK on
between
Magneto,
and,
of
you know,
course.
the back line here of 100 Thieves.
Delana.
Also, Clobbering Time.
I think since
really powerful,
they
disruptive ultimate,
banned
Jay.
And
Hella,
we've seen the combo in
he's
particular
on Winter Soldier.
Winter Soldier and Wolverine, right? So
They
insane.
need
The
the
rocket
overlay
impact
on
of
Fight
Wolverine is
Night. Marvel
pulling people
Rivals,
away. It's so
like
easy
main
to
broadcast
secure
needs
those
to pick this up.
executions. On the other side, though, it's going to be
The
Doom
main broadcast, you
taking it
said?
on Star-Lord.
Yeah.
No team ups, not much support.
Like
in
it
the
shows
direct sense.
the bands up in the
There's Vinny,
corner,
absolute sponge.
Oh,
soaking
yeah.
up a lot of this damage here. Trying to create
and
some
it has
space in
like the
front
map,
line. Again,
the
if you-
map
as soon as
count,
you hit
like
one
the
of those
maps
stops,
on the
it's
very
almost a
top
guaranteed
right.
elimination.
Yeah.
It shuts
Like
down
who
all
won
of
each
the
map.
enemy's mobility.
The main
Virtually stuns
broadcast
them
doesn't
for a
have
window.
this.
Look at the poke coming in. This is a lot to handle. Impunity eventually
Well,
falls.
they got a
The defensive
got a
thing
thing or
just
two to
not
learn
able
here.
Hold up under this kind of scrutiny. And TTK done a
Oh,
great
I know
job
it
making this
too.
space. Vinny was returning to the front line now with
Okay,
full
you're
health,
you're
ready
like
to
half a
go
second ahead of
ham
me
on the enemy
again.
back line.
Yeah, and
I'll
the time
pause.
from Wolverine.
What is your
huge there.
timer
It's
at?
really challenging to be able to play the thing into
It
somebody
is
like
at
Wolverine.
307,
You wanna get up there,
306,
you wanna trade
305,
melee range.
304.
Well, good luck against Wolverine. They are going to go for the TP back in. Shroud X
1.
wants to
Are we on the same
get
page
the
now?
re-engage. Terra, though,
58,
making
57,
mid-speed of his
56,
opponents on the point.
55.
All right, there we go. I
Wow.
paused it and played it.
Perfect.
Trying to take me away there. Good healing came through. Impunity does go down.
Okay.
Not quite a full cap for
And
Iron
that's
Fist, but
Terra
she's
on the
there in just a
Wolverine,
moment.
boys and
Yeah,
girls.
Nothing
that's
to
Terra
shut
for
down
you.
Terra here, and they are full rage, going
Get
absolutely
on.
ham. Also, cheeky little team up, by the way, with things. So you can yeet the Wolverine around the map.
Part of me wants to go into Marvel Rivals and just
next phase
play
could be relevant.
Wolverine
There's
just to
some high
see
ground that you
how
wanna try and
good
take,
Terra
not
actually
necessarily
is at
easy
Wolverine.
access unless you break the map up
I
to
was
get
told that
Wolverine up there.
Wolverine is one of the
Yeah,
hardest
it's a great
characters
point.
to
It kind
play.
of mitigates some of the issues I
Really?
was talking about with the
Yeah.
long-range nature of the map. That thing team
I
up
mean, dude's just a
allows you to
beast then.
maybe get into the flank and just
Yeah.
be this issue.
He's just
Terra,
like that.
masterful on the Wolverine, really knows
Wait,
how to
that
push the
skin
character
that
to his
he has
limits.
is
Was one of the
sick
first
with,
players
like,
to
the
show me, at
vampire.
least in particular,
Yeah.
wow, this can work. This can be a top-tier strategy. Doomed over the top, though, with that Galactic Legend. So far mitigated by the regeneration domain, and not much
Okay.
follow-up from the squad. Looks pretty lackluster here.
Yeah, like what is the plan here for Doom? I'm
Kind of
not
a waste
sure.
of an ult
It's
there.
very telegraphed and pretty obvious. Last stand is available though for the Wolverine. Look out for it. Here comes the Kraken impact. Delena drops in, applies the debuff to 2 players, but Impunity and Fidel are unlikely to be low
Again?
enough for there to be any
These
resets.
ults from
There
them.
goes Delena looking to go in,
Okay,
picked off
never
though
mind.
by Vision. Great defensive.
Never
looks
mind,
to
that
get
didn't
Shroud
work.
X, at least early in the fight. And that's big. That is going to be a copied Lunaso ultimate committed alongside a Kraken impact for very little gain for the Thieves.
Yeah, Shroud X going to be feeling pretty good about the stabilization. They should theoretically be a part of the map where this Star-Lord on the off-angle high ground
Should have
pretty
I
three
think
ults
you
here in a
said it
second.
too,
A lot of
but
pressure down
anytime
the
I
front.
watch like someone on
Hoping to
Thing,
land
like when they're
some
just
kind of stun, but
throwing
Fidel goes
fists in the
very,
air,
very
but they're
low
actually
there.
like
Looks a big one
pushing,
from Vinny's that goes
they're
in.
like pushing stuff
TTK
towards the
stunned up
enemy.
quickly now.
Yeah.
Okay, here comes a Kraken impact. Throw it on in.
It's just funny because it looks like they're just punching the air. Like it looks like nothing's really happening, but obviously they wouldn't be doing it if nothing was happening.
Just really closes the gap, and now that Lunar Snow Ultimate has expired, this is scary. Doom
Nice,
coming back
TTK.
now with yet another Galactic Legend. Impunity and Doom.
Oh,
gonna
we
work.
go 2
The
dead though.
defenders might be able to hold up the Thieves once more.
probably gonna
here,
go
and now
3.
the Star-Lord's looking
Yeah.
a little scarier.
And Doomed is just so quick to charge up this ultimate. Sometimes he's just ripping it so that he can start building up the next one, draining some key resources. Nice tracking to clean up SJP.
Not
on the
ideal.
escape.
Not
That's
ideal.
further going to reset the Thieves. Wolverine looked pretty good on first.
Thing is,
cracked
we
it open very
capped
quickly.
the
Now, some
the
questions
objective
opening.
really fast,
Does it work? Are they able to clear all
so we
these
have a lot
Yeah.
of time
positions?
here.
Loki looks
Yeah, a
very
lot of time to
comfortable
work
right now
with.
on the defense for Shroud X.
Because once we hit that
looking
first
back on out
checkpoint, we
there.
get even more
But again,
time, right?
2 minutes 47. A lot to work with. A very fast
I
first
don't
point attack,
think
at least
so.
as far as Shinshibu is concerned. Keep 100 Thieves. But look
Oh,
at
I
the respect
thought-
they're paying towards
I
that
think you
charge
get
from the
like
Thing.
once you cap it,
In, though,
the
goes
objective, then
Doom. It's a
you're
little bit
it goes
awkward,
back to
over the
4
top
minutes.
there,
Oh
man.
well,
The
yeah,
blast
it goes back to
that
4
rush,
minutes.
that rejuvenation
Oh,
band,
okay.
excuse me, has been cleared out. Beta with Worlds coming in from 100 Thieves. Meteor M at the ready now. Doomed. Got to be wary of that. They want to come in with an ultimate, and Fidel somehow just deals with terror. So awkward. The Wolverine tip of the spear for 100 Thieves.
What are we
Adamantium as it is
doing?
snapped
We're just,
early
like,
into the fight. SJP
going
has
one
to
by
now go for
one.
Dude, an ad? Are you trolling?
Seriously, Tice T.
Oh, you're fucked.
Oh, dude, it's a two,
Alright, let
two
me know
for
your,
one, bro.
let me know your time.
Kraken impact
All
from
right.
Delena coming
Should I
over
just
the
2
top,
times,
getting
you
that
think?
final cleanup, and
Because I'm at 53,
it's taken long
52,
enough, but eventually
51.
They're gonna break this hold on.
Oh no, you're still ahead of me. Wait, how are you ahead of me now?
Dude, I'm telling you, this YouTube shit doesn't make sense. Literally, the only reason I have it up on YouTube is because the quality's better. That's the only reason.
Ready to respond to Doom's ulti.
What's your timer at?
33, 32, 31, 30, 29.
28, 27, 26. Sorry.
Okay, yeah, you're like 2 seconds ahead of me.
What?
You're like 2 seconds ahead of me. Or behind me, I mean.
No. Now I'm behind you?
14, 13, 12, 11. I'm telling you, dude, this YouTube trying to sync it on YouTube is just a crash out, dead ass.
I don't care if the bitrate's ass. I'm going to Twitch.
Okay, Terra gets a pick.
ShroudX now with only 5 players. They did lose Nuck. Do have Bedell's ultimate to make use of. They're coming forward, but Thieves was still.
Elena has ult as well.
Will someone focus on Doom? What are we doing?
Doom is also holding the cart this whole time, denying some of the progress, allowing the rest of ShroudX to play passively and get their ults off. Now Nuck comes in with the copy. Doom finally is shut down. The Thieves have a dance floor of their own, so they're going to continue to fight this out. But ShroudX, this close to their spawn, they're not going to give this up. They're going to continue brawling until they're absolutely out of gas. They've got to stay on the cart, though. Very little margin for error. Dongmin, Meteor M over the top. Rejuvenation today, keeping people alive, but still, Dongmin finds Delena. 100 Thieves can't afford to lose many this far from their own spawn.
Terra gets a trade.
From Doom going in, blasted barrage, good damage. Can they find the elimination though? Terra has gone down. You have to think ShroudX are going to be favored here.
No.
Vinny's going to be a little bit low, and Vision is getting all the resets that they need. And there's no chance for the Thieves to come back in for a portal. Delena off respawn won't be able to touch in time, and that's a big deal.
Bro, what?
A stop like this on
You're
Shinji,
getting
how
spanked.
hard as the map is, Jake, it sets up a real win condition for ShroudX now.
We are getting spanked right now.
After that, it's all on the table for them.
We were like Atlanta phase at the beginning of the game.
Is a very real bellwether.
Because we like mastered everything really quick, and now everybody's catching up.
Into third, you know, you feel pretty good
Maybe.
about your odds on defense. But if you can't get it
I'm
across
concerned that
line,
like
it's scary. It's not an
with
enviable
how
spot to
dominant
be.
they were, that maybe like an ego thing was going to come in.
Something the 100 Thieves are going to be focused on. How they can
obviously
get the
I
best
don't
possible
know,
first defense
but
hold. I'm curious to see how Terra plays this. I think this will be instructive for the folks at home.
I feel like that's what happened with the COD team.
How does he play this? How does he look to be on the defense? Because of course Wolverine naturally such an aggressive duelist.
I feel like they have a little bit of an ego, and then
pick and choose your battles.
Kind of has to get checked.
The relevant question that you were asking, Jake, is Wolverine good on this map? So often, Terra looked like they had trouble getting in, or at least getting out with the intended target. There's one thing just to feral leap on in, but I don't know if we saw any hugely impactful last stands, right? I feel like the combos to look for was still centered around that Kraken impact.
Yeah, definitely a lot to think about as well with the thing in play. I mean, there is that team up for Wolverine, but there's also the threat of all the movement lockdown that Wolverine potentially can struggle to deal with, whether clobbering time, that hard stun controls Wolverine, or the stomp denies some of his mobility. A lot to be worried about. Magneto bubble is also, you know, sort of the classic response to Wolverine. You just give the bubble to whoever gets grabbed, and they should be able to get out of trouble. That being said, I think more often than not, ShroudX are going to use it aggressively onto the Star-Lord, try to, you know, turn things in their favor. You don't want to be waiting for pure responsive play.
All right, slowly. ShroudX just scaling up here. Getting through the choke pretty comfortably. Obviously, this inevitable thing fight in the front line is definitely drawing some excitement. Okay, Doomed over the top here. In a bit of an annoying spot, but has to commit fully.
He's going to do whatever he wants here. There's like no one to respond to this. The question is, can they just ignore him enough? He's already forcing some response from the strategist, now coming over the top into the tank line, and the Thieves are getting a little bit battered, a little bit the worse for wear, but the strategists so far have kept everyone up admirably.
Yeah, I do think like Doomed, if he can just stretch the bandwidth thin of 100 Thieves, he's going to be happy with that, but the window was not enough.
Doomed is just like dealing damage.
Elimination. Heal pressure is one thing, but at this level, healers can, you know, keep themselves alive and keep their front line also standing. So that was Terra, just eventually able to carve a player out of ShroudX's formation.
Yeah, and that was the potentially difficult spot for the Thieves. Now they have a strategist ultimate online, that low-key copy for the Luna Snow, more than likely. Shroud X trying to get doomed once again into that position. Vision would love to find a pull, a pick off here.
I
of
definitely
that
feel
Vanguard
like
formation. We can't get the
defensively
connection just yet.
Wolverine would
Harvey
probably
and
play
SJP
better.
both about to have their ultimates up, so 100 Thieves about to hit a
But,
peak in terms of their.
I mean, if you
durability.
have
Same
a
can be said of Shroud X, so you'll see those Lunar Souls
Star-Lord kind of just like flying around everywhere, it's going to be kind of hard to take him out.
Now it's up to Vision to really put that damage out that's required, but right now, all he's able to do is keep the Thieves honest, keep them from pushing up and completely wiping this fight. Here though, comes Snug.
Okay, we have
Ultimate.
all our
Too
ults.
much other than getting in the right place as that Lunar Snow, and Dongmin goes down. Harvey's able to pick them up. Okay, big start. Looks like there was a pretty massive.
Okay, Terra gets one.
Clobbering time, but it's unclear here. Terra might have caught them out though as well with a big last stand. It does have an AoE impact, and 100 Thieves here.
Yeah, he's just
now
running him
really
down.
starting to get rolling with his Wolverine.
I just got an
Pretty
ass.
unshakable on this
Oh
defense,
my
really understanding
god,
the limits
this YouTube
so
shit
far.
is not
Shroud
it.
X, despite having a lot of map control, have not been able to
Respectfully.
pressure. And honestly, it's been Delena consistently hooking in Doomed, keeping the threat onto this Star-Lord. We thought he'd be a little bit free and able to, shoot into the backline, but with that threat from the Winter Soldier, it's been more difficult for him to get the value he was hoping for.
Okay, 90 seconds here for Shroud X.
I mean, this is big because the Thieves still have
We think
3
Thieves
ults.
Finish this map in the dying seconds and still finish it entirely.
They still
So,
have 3 ults to play with
don't wanna
here,
put them out of the
so
fight yet. Doom is going to be back. This time has a Galactic Legend ready. Both things in the front line, trading fights. Dongmin trying to avoid the the 2 things as they create a lot of chaos around them. Here we go. Delaney goes in, able to find Vision. Meteor M, decent damage, but now going to be returned by
Damn,
TTK.
blocked by
Screened out
James.
by Dongmin for the most part. Kraken impact still at the ready for it. Delena has to make use of the last charge of it now as the reset was gained. Impunity affected by that debuff here, but never going to go long enough now. Good clobbering time.
50 seconds. If they can win this fight, it'd be huge.
Gel is going to have that ultimate in play to heal both of the Vanguards back up. Now,
Yeah, they're probably gonna have to win
some
two
fights.
fights.
Lean on after the fact. Shroud X are going to have a Loki ultimate. They're also
You
gonna be able to have
think?
impunity, clobbering time
The
like
Luna
this is pretty
might have just
scary. Now
delayed a
Thieves,
lot.
4 players stunned up. Terra frozen as well by the Luna
Like
Snow,
both of
and
the
we got
Luna
a big
ults.
charge for impunity, knocking so many of them up into the air, and those health bars are getting a little lean on the Thieves side. Now not going to commit an ultimate. This has to be it for Shroud. If they don't win here, they're not going to
Oh,
huge.
huge.
Oh, that was massive.
Huge.
Not going to fall now. It's 100 Thieves.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
'cause
another
they're
one.
gonna
Yep.
come back.
Without any
They're
of
gonna
those
come back
strategies,
quick
ultimates,
because
by
they
the
have
way.
overtime.
Brilliant stuff. The
Oh, they
Wolverine
do.
Here, the difference maker. And Shroud X have nothing
And they're
left.
probably going to use Strange.
I was
Delena's
worried
gonna
after
stall,
that
or
offense.
Doom's gonna
Doom
stall right here.
Going for a touch though. Hold on, this buys
Yeah.
opportunity for a Strange Portal to come through. Could be a last
gotta
chance
touch
here
again.
Touch in.
for Shroud X. They're forced onto some real desperation picks though.
Is that enough
Look,
time,
Oh, nice,
though?
we're good. Let's go.
I was
Good
gonna
job.
say,
Maybe didn't have the portal off.
they had to go.
Couldn't make it there regardless, and that's 100 Thieves.
All right.
Evening the score
1-1.
line of
Let's
full
go.
hold. And frankly, it was never that close. I mean, that
We
first
tie
fight
up the
was
series,
pretty
ladies
much
and gentlemen.
full dominance from them. That wasn't like a desperation retake to clutch it out. They
1-1
just
apiece.
won every single fight for 4 minutes.
Oh,
I mean,
man.
those
I gotta take a
those
breath
seem
after
like
that one.
really
I think we
strong
mentioned
defensive
this, right?
holds from
Despite
both
a pretty
teams,
anemic
honestly.
attack side from 100 Thieves after getting that first point, it was the fact they were able to cap first and then advance, and you can see why. Delena and Terra combining for 24 final hits.
Huge,
and,
huge,
yeah, you
huge.
can bet that is way more than the entirety of what Shroud X were able to put together. A deadly combo, the two of them, and this is another one of those.
Dude,
maps where, like,
everybody was getting
Division
kills
outputs
for
a
the
disgusting
Thieves.
amount of damage. 32k is absurd. But the
Harvey
healing,
and
SJP
SJP
's 45k. Harvey's 40k.
both had
That is
13, 14.
absurd amounts of durability that's being offered by your backline.
That's exactly
With-
the right place
with
to highlight.
25
Mitch. I
plus
think 100
assists
Thieves,
each.
The back line is just unbreakable so far in the series. Harvey and SJP
Guys are beasts.
constantly, I see them just getting the slightly better support ult traits. When the strategist ults come out, it's always 100 Thieves being just a beat later, just that couple seconds later, which means when they expire, they come in with the edge. They're better at those team
I feel like
fights.
I probably
And
should have
the
been
only way to
giving
actually
like
do that is that your whole team
updates.
needs to be playing clean. Nobody needs to be taking too much damage and force an early strategist ult out. I mean, one person steps out of line and gets bursted, and you need to pop the strategist ult. So across the board for the Thieves, I think they really understand the macro level of the game, and that's the reason they've been champions time and time again. It goes beyond the raw individual skill that of course they have. It's the team play, it's the read and the depth on the game that is consistently bringing them these crowns.
I mean,
Terra, I owe you an apology. Sorry for the attacking. Wolved out. It can happen. Sorry.
an
go
extra,
ahead.
like, so 100 Thieves do an extra 25,000 healing over Shroud X. That basically just eliminates an entire duelist's worth of damage. I mean, that means that Shroud X may have been playing 5v6. They may have been playing with like only one duelist. That is how massive that difference is. And we saw Shroud X go in with 2 Lunar ultimates. One
Are
from
the
Luna, one
Thieves
from the
not
Loki.
even tweeting about Fight
Hundred Thieves
Night?
didn't have any. None. They still managed to outlast them. They still managed to out-heal them and win the game despite a ridiculous ult advantage that you should never be able to win out from. That to me,
They
is
usually
so
put
astounding.
one out for
I see what you're putting down. 100 Thieves healers may be cheating,
like,
Jake. Let's
that we're
check their
playing in Fight
PCs
Night,
as we
and
get
then
ready
they
for
don't really
game number
do another
3.
one.
They don't
We're
cover it.
going
Unless we
to the
win.
hall. Awesome stuff, by the way.
So they just don't
Jake,
care.
what my favorite part of that game
Sure.
was Doomed.
They're just
We
like,
had the hero play
$1,000
that wouldn't have
puck
gone
cup.
acknowledged
Yeah.
Until you said something on that point 2 defense. He was stalling out the cart. A lot of people in chat saying, wow, I need to go back, watch that Star-Lord movement. He did everything he could on Star-Lord. but
Now
I
we
feel
have
like there was
Hall
a
of
comp difference
Dahlia.
the strategists just were not falling for.
I mean, the defense looks really immaculate from 100 Thieves. I
Bro,
think
my
that's why they
Twitter
picked
was
Shibuya, is that they're
blowing
just
up
so
today as
confident. That defense
well.
looks
So
really well practiced.
apparently,
everybody knows where they need to stand.
Steve Irwin's
they're even
son
willing to
did a
let
photo
Shroud X through the
shoot
choke.
in
They say, you know what?
Australia.
Traditionally, you see a lot of teams defend that choke point desperately.
It was
really
like a
holding
Calvin
on.
Klein
Thieves didn't do that at
photo
all. They were,
shoot, but
just
like for
comfortable
like an
sitting in the back of the
Australia
point,
underwear
playing the
brand.
house, the
Oh my
Vanguard's
god,
holding
dude.
strong, because they're just waiting for
Everybody's
somebody to
like,
step up,
did you
somebody
see
to
the
make a
pictures of
mistake, and
Steve
Terra
Irwin's
to grind
son?
with
I'm
the
like, oh
Wolverine.
my god.
As much as Doomed is doing a lot of
What are we
damage,
doing?
for the most part, it's not getting followed up.
Yeah,
on. They're
I'm
he's
not on the
also
same side
converting
of
the
Twitter
kills.
then, I guess, because I did
Strategists are
not see
comfortable
any
just
of that.
Tolerating all that
Well, yeah,
pressure.
you
They're
wouldn't
not
see
making
that.
mistakes. They're very clean in that spot.
There's
They're going to build the
there was
strategist ultimates more
pictures
quickly, and then when they
of
do
him.
actually attack, it's
There's also
very
some like
aggressive. It's off the
terrifying
back of
pictures
Wolverine
because
pulling
the
somebody in, and
shoots
it's
that he
really
did, you know
terrifying.
how he's like a wildlife expert.
Yeah.
There's like one picture where he has literally like a live spider on his shoulder.
The Hella. So now
And there's another one where he's holding like a water lizard or like a water moccasin. I'm like, what the fuck?
Hell no.
This time, no
I don't think
more.
that does not make me want to
We'll
buy
let
underwear.
100 Thieves ban
Yeah.
out Luna and see what they decide to protect on their own side.
All right,
It's gonna go Terra
Shroud
on the
X
Wolverine
banning
once Genji.
This is
Hella again.
Or Jolly.
So
Oh, we banned Luna.
Thieves ban Luna and Adam Warlock.
Right.
This is another map where,
Protecting Wolverine
I'm a
once
little
again.
skeptical about
Oh,
the
they
Wolverine.
banned
Maybe their team
Ooh,
up with
group
Bing could
ban.
mitigate it. It feels like it's very hard, especially on like first point for Wolverine to walk up on
Interessante.
offense. It could be super difficult and awkward. The defense though maybe a little bit more solid, similar to Shin Shibuya. And there's also a thought for 100 Thieves that this Wolverine just really does change the game drastically from the
Dude,
last time
okay,
you
so
played
the
against
weird
Shroud
thing
X on
for
Rob
me
Jolly,
about
and you were just unable to
Rivals
break through the choke point.
is,
Holding choke points that close against Wolverine is
like,
is a
there's
really
not a
dangerous gambit.
set.
Is the group
At
ban to
least maybe
protect
I'm wrong.
against the
It seems like there's
Gruden
not
slam
a
coming
set
from Winter Soldier,
like,
or is that really just to avoid
game
once you
mode
get
set.
taken by
Like
Wolverine,
they,
being boxed out?
it's not like COD where it's like
Yeah,
hard
I
point
think
search
I think it's a
control,
little bit of
hard
both.
point
I think it's
search.
just, I mean,
It's
even
like-
the Wolverine ult combo with Grudel. I mean, the Wolverine ult is
They pick
actually
one
just
thing,
disgusting
and then
amount of
whoever
damage. It's like basically
wins,
one-hitting your
the
team.
loser gets to pick the
So
next
maybe
one,
they just feel like they don't
and then
wanna
it just
deal
keeps
with
going that way,
that
which is kind of
extra
weird to
threat,
me.
The extra movement control, and they know how
Yeah.
good Vinny is on the character.
It's the swing game
Very
NA
interesting.
Grand Final. Can Shroud X reclaim the lead? It's time to find out. This is their map pick.
God,
All right.
we're getting some good Marvel Rivals tonight.
Let's
Jake.
get
I'm
that
gonna be real with
1,000
you. That
beans,
first
huh,
series,
boys?
Incredible. This being a first to 3 here. I mean, the potential for this to go all the way definitely still
1,000 beans
on the
split
line.
6 ways.
Shroud X, of course, this defensive setup, they still want to
Oy.
find work with the thing. So, obviously,
I mean, I'd
amazing
take it.
at controlling these chokes, right? Obviously, alongside
I'd take
that,
it.
they
I'm
need
broke, so
the
I'd
real
take
half
that.
of the Thieves to find a way in.
Oh my
And
God.
Combine this, of course, with you know what Vision and Doom
Look at
been able to provide
After
so
taxes,
far.
you're gonna
I'm
get
glad to see a
100,
Venom here, but
150
only do I
bucks.
feel like it
Hey, I'd take
can
150
make the
bucks right now.
Yeah, I mean, it's been a
I would too.
dramatic
I'd
spot
take all I
here
can
on
get.
Holojalia for
Vinny,
100
twerk
Thieves, so
it.
I think the big
Vinny,
change
twerk
is
it.
gonna
Throw
make
that
this
ass
feel
back,
fresh and
Vinny.
new for them. I love that from Doom, though, instantly attacking into the Venom. He does not want to 1v1 a Star-Lord. He
It's
wants
also
to get a
bugs
hard
me
dive
that
in.
Venom
Now
is
force him to the
blue
same
because
angle as his
that's
teammates,
not
though, so
his
won't be able
color.
to get the flank. At the same time, not
Yeah, I
really
think
a
it's just the
chokehold being
skin.
attempted by Shroud X. Vinny
It is,
focus-fired,
but
super
there's
low
also
off
a
that adaptation so
symbiote
quick.
that's blue.
Yeah, again, and now
And it's
obviously
not
doesn't have
Venom.
access to it
Oh.
for the moment, so needs to be a little bit careful. Just play around.
Yeah,
with
I don't
how-
know-
at least
I
gain
don't
some
know
ground.
enough
So it's a
about
staging ground
Marvel
setup here
to,
now for the attackers. They're not stuck in the choke anymore.
like, know
They're gonna
something
fight
like
out on the
that.
point, though, and that's the scary prospect. Delena is a little bit
Delena?
low, but in they come. Nut is taken
Aw.
down, and oh, so close.
Sprayed
Taking
it
the
out.
other healer away.
Okay,
But I
but
think he's
Terra
done
gets
enough. He walks
2.
Fidel out of the fight entirely.
3.
This time, they've been
4,
walking on these
5.
rivals on the attack side of Hall of
Terra's
Jolly,
just
apparently,
like
because
that.
that was
Not even with his
muscle
ult.
clean.
Yeah, that was a real masterclass. You know, taking that
That wasn't
first
even with his
step dive,
ult.
basically baiting the venom in, taking a ton of aggro, using that distraction to just get your strategist through the choke. To
Let's
take a
get this
position.
cart
And then when
on
they
the
hit for the real
move.
thing, when the actual dive comes in over the top, it's everybody hitting all at once. That's the threat that Venom brings, right? On his own, not a huge problem, but with the blaster barrage over the top, with more follow-up coming in from the strategist and from the Winter Soldier, it becomes a massive threat.
This is not the map I thought it was.
Okay.
So when you
progress here, of course,
yeah.
and bear in
when you
mind your force
explained it, I
physics
was
now are part of this
I
game
thought of
because
the
one
other
thing's
one.
on that invisible woman. It's pretty
One with
important when you're
the
trying
is
to
the one
deal
with the
with
goats,
Doctor Strange,
the
which Shroud
Asgard
have
map?
taken up.
Oh, I think it might be.
They got pulled out of position. You've got to respect
I think
that
it might
hit
be.
potential that Winter Soldier offers. Going fishing, bionic arm thrown in. Nothing caught off the back of that though. And all behind of these wait out this invisible boundary. Impunity though does get rid of Terror. A mad cannon out of nowhere apparently.
Yeah, nice burst. Pull in on Dongman. He's under pressure, but gets the bubble from Magneto. She's going to be just fine for now. Looking for a connection here on the Doctor Strange ult. Of course, has to worry about that force physics from the opposition on the Thieves.
3v4 when it comes to ults here. Or 3v5, sorry. Now it's 4v5. 5v5. Oh shit, they got their ults quick.
Against this double shield shut up.
You might be right.
I
here.
looked away for
Dongman, though,
1 second.
able to hold some ground now, wants to push in to the boundary just as it dissipates. So Vinny here in the
Is
front
that the
line,
strange
Dongman might need
tech?
to
You
go
just
forward.
kind of like
I think
throw
he's
up
been
your
tracking
shield
force
every
physics
like
you mentioned, Jake. There's definitely
couple
something he's
seconds.
gotta play around. Here we go. I have Ag. Connection was good on GTK at least, but now yeah, the
shit.
front gate
Oh.
open. It's gonna be Terra coming with a
Give me
counter.
more,
No.
Terra.
Pressure down on
Give me
Dongman.
more.
Oh, we got it
The
back.
deep
Give me
up, and there's a
more.
reset. In we go for more. Terra's able to catch Doomed and
Again.
That's perfect. I mean, you cannot ask for much more than that from your Winter Soldier.
He didn't get any more against. It's all good though. We get all the kills.
And it's Terra back
The boys
on
are on the move.
signature Winter Soldier. Shroud X
The boys
reeling,
are on the
struggling to
move.
even make it out to the point. I think they have a strange portal, so they're going to be able to get onto the cart and take an engagement. Fidel immediately pops that invisible boundary, just needs the stabilization. Thieves are happy to get that ult out and back off, slow the fight down. Shroud X would love to find a kill in this moment, though. One of these players dropping low.
I mean, Doom's Galactic Legend is really well timed here, Jake. There's
I need a blanket.
strategist ultimate to stave this off. None of those invisible boundaries available to you. Okay, Delenna's going to try and reciprocate though.
Okay.
Did just
Get the
fall on the
trades.
side of Shroud X, so not to protect you against this now. Delena wants to come forward. Oh, buddy, it's open season here for the Star-Lord. Can set up on that high ground. Note that the payload, though, is stalled out a little bit in terms of their progress. This top-tier kid and Terra still coming back off respawn.
Oh, did I
So
tell
it
you
might end up being
TTK
a
followed
bit
me
of a
on
stalemate.
Twitch?
Yeah, from the most part of reset here.
On
those
Twitch?
Anti-gravity
Yeah.
fields actually, I think, going to be
Oh, that's
kind of
sick.
a boon for Shroud X.
I mean, I think it's TTK. It's top tier kid.
Going to be happy to be able to take high ground a little bit more easily.
Is that him?
That's his like full name on Twitch, I believe. I'd have to like double check, but
That's the second time.
I
Delena,
think
I think it's been caught out by
I think it
Impunity.
should be
Just Delena
him.
Mad Cannon here that
I
burst out
had
of absolutely nowhere.
who else was it?
He wants to
I've
try
had a
and
couple
control that
people
high
from the
ground,
Rivals
but
team
Vinny
follow me
can
on
get it. Vinny,
Twitter though,
Okay, lucky
I knew
timing.
that.
which is kind of cool.
Still, remember, you take damage when
Oh,
you are
Terra.
submerged, so you
Oh,
have to get that ultimate
Terra.
pop pretty quickly. But once again, Terra, that has been the difference maker.
Hover.
On these cracking
Oh,
impacts,
wait, that was
Shroud X are
sick.
Headed for the hills, and it's another fight.
How he just like
One
hovered
above
it for
my
a
another.
second?
Yeah,
The Thieves, another checkpoint.
Yeah, that is him, by
These
the way.
guys just don't take Terra
Hell
off the Winter
yeah.
Soldier. This guy just delivers
Shout
every
out
single
TTK.
time. I mean, I guess he's pretty great at
On
the
Twitch.
Wolverine too, but
Shout out
such
TTK.
a huge gun in the arsenal for the Thieves.
Goat.
Delena gonna go over to the Psylocke.
Need
wants
him to teach
get
me
a little bit
Magneto.
tricky here in these smoked
I
out
think
halls.
Terra has been my favorite player.
Kind of like this look here. A
Yeah.
little bit awkward sometimes for the strategist to deal with the
I
fight
do
here.
like.
Yeah, it doesn't work for Star-Lord,
I
but
mean,
on
just
the
everything he
attack
does
side,
with
playing to this part of the
fucking
map, right?
Wolverine and
It's
stuff is
choke, it's
insane.
awkward to try and get through, try and wrap around. You don't have like you only have high ground ways to get behind them. You can't just like go
I feel
around
like
to
his
the right
POV
and
is
straight
just
ground
like
ball and get
the
around the enemy
craziest
team. Right. Pass to the Bionic Arm
Outta-
connection
outta
onto
everybody.
TTK, who won't be able to do too much as the invisible boundary does come in for SJP, but they've lost their frontliner. Again, see, Winter Soldier, it's crazy to me to think that on release they were not quite as impactful as they are now, and not considered to be as strong, because I really feel like he's dictating the game.
Yeah, I think people have just really pushed the skill ceiling on this hero, really getting the most out of all the cooldowns, especially that hook, the huge pick threat it provides. Delena, though, has found himself to do a nice off angle, so it's going to get
switch
like
to
one chance
Psylocke.
for a free burst on a strategist.
Delena is
If
gross
he messes
too.
up, he's going to be forced out very quickly.
Here we go, behind the shield, trying to group up here with the dive. I like how 100 Thieves have brought these two heroes
Oh,
in.
that was
Uh-oh.
disgusting.
That was a perfect time.
That doesn't get much,
Agamotto.
much worse than that, I think, if you're the 100 Thieves.
Terra still
Terra.
gets one
Hey,
though.
Terra.
Oh,
Good
dude.
cracking impact now, and this fight's gonna be a total
Oh
But
my
he knows Vinny's able to try and back
dude.
into the fray. Terra with
This
essentially
guy
a
just
team
gets-
wipe
He
there and
said-
cellular
he gets
corrosion
everybody.
locking
Sick.
Shroud down.
He said,
Every
"Yo,
time
Vision, watch
Terra
this."
has ulted, he has team
It's
wiped
insane,
Shroud
bro.
in this
Terra's
map. I mean,
ults are, like,
it's just absurd how good
unbelievable.
This guy is on the Winter Soldier. The rest of the team following it up masterfully.
He
Shroud
said, "Vision, hold
has
my
to make
beer."
a hold here.
Yeah.
Watch this.
Cannot give a full
You
tap
thought-
away on
you
offense.
thought
you
There's
did
too
something.
much to replicate on your offense.
Back we go again. Cart getting awfully close towards the end of the map.
It's so crazy,
Doom's
like
ultimate almost
watching
guaranteed to be countered out by
most people
TTK.
like play
Knox gonna
Winter
just
Soldier
go for this
and
hit
how
on
they
right now.
aren't
Okay,
able to get like a
Legend
bunch
comes
of
in,
resets,
TTK,
and then
familiar.
Terra every
Doom
time
doesn't have much to do
damn
for the
near
time
gets a
being. He's looking
reset.
for a way to wrap around.
Yeah.
The damage is acceptable, but not much to be done here. Okay, Vinny looking a little bit low, looking a little bit submissive back there, but Doom does not have the time to turn and deal
Did
with
you
that
say
right
Vinny
now.
is looking
and maybe he should
submissive?
have, though,
He
because
did.
basically
That's
this comes
kind
in.
of a
Vinny,
crazy
looking
statement.
extra healthy.
It's a
Invisible
crazy
boundary though
adjective
is
to
in
use.
play right
Yeah,
now. For
crazy.
the attackers, and Doom has to respect this now. You got to go forward with the dance of the butterfly here. Vinny, very, very low, was able to pop that extra shielding to get
Am
out
I
alive. Now, the
crazy,
defenders
or
are
is
off their
Psylocke's
invisible
ult
moment, and down
kind of
forward.
nothing?
They've been getting picked off at the start of these fights a little
Like-
too often, I think, for the Thieves liking
To a butterfly.
I feel like
Almost has the ultimate though.
I feel like every time I've seen somebody use a Psylocke ult, they don't really get much. Oh, dude, he gets another reset.
Once again, Terra unleashed another reset.
Oh,
Oh, he's taking a
Just
oh,
Diffy.
Looking to get over the line now,
oh,
Jake.
dude.
Straight out the house we go.
That's just not even
And again,
fair,
the
bro.
Winter Soldier's
Terra
been a
is a
story of this game so
beast.
far. I don't even want to see the
This
final
guy's a
hits from Terra
monster.
after that one round. It's got to be in the realm of like 15. Like that is so insane for one half of Marvel Rivals.
It's
Four for
crazy
four
because I
on
feel
team
like
wipes with his ultimate.
Wolverine's
I mean,
play style
literally
is
every
like
single
completely
time
different
he's ulted in
from
this map, he's
Bucky's.
team wiped them. He's
And
just
yet,
focusing on the
he
Winter
plays
Soldier.
both
That's actually it's
insanely
exactly how it looks when I
well.
play Winter Soldier, Bucky.
I
It
figured,
might-
yeah.
maybe-
Like I would have
maybe
expected
I'm-
Delana to
I
be
came through a time
more
portal.
of like the
Thank you for
Bucky
your vibe.
player
We
since he
appreciate it.
plays, you know, like other
Man,
projectile
It's out of
characters.
hand, right, and you start to
But
think now, Shroud X
Terra
is
is a fucking
They do.
beast.
20.
26 and 2.
What the
Holy
hell?
I've
shit.
never seen that after one half of Marvel. I've
Oh
never
my
seen that.
They're
god,
dead.
bro.
That
They're
is
like broken heart.
heinous.
Yeah,
Yo, Doomed
That's
has
actually
3.
beyond up.
that's
That is so messed up.
insane.
17K
26 and
damage,
2 with
24
17K.
final. All right, everybody
Oh
on
my
100 Thieves better
gosh.
bow down to Terra. This guy is the God King.
He is a beast,
I
man.
don't know, man.
This, like, how do you beat that? How do you beat these? Bro's got 24 final blows.
And you're not,
Again.
you're not comboing.
Yeah,
this ultimate,
24
by the way,
final hits too.
with,
That's
like Groot, which would make way more sense.
that's something else.
Like, you know, like it's easy to hit like multiple people with the debuff and get like mass resets when you hit
Dongmin.
4 people straight up. with
What
the
a
first
name, huh?
one. But that's not happening at all. Maybe there's follow up here with Vinny, right? Maybe, but I don't think on a dime Terra's been doing that necessarily. It's just the most disgusting. Winter
Yeah,
Soldier game
this
I've
was the
ever
map
seen.
I was.
I mean, it's really
I was
interesting
thinking you were
think
talking
about the
about.
dive we saw.
Wait, never
in the
mind, I'm
last
faded.
series from
It's still the same
FlyQuest.
map.
Fell flat. Looked like it just doesn't work. Isn't viable. And now the
It was
Thieves,
just
like,
them
Venom
leaving
and
the-
Star-Lord bringing out the dives of their own,
like
and
the
they're
spawn, it
so
looked the
much
exact
more
same.
consistent
They
finding
flipped
those
spawns,
connections.
and you're like,
There's
oh,
levels
this
to
is
this.
it.
Bro, it literally looked like the other map because I'm
Last
so
week as well.
used
It
to
worked out beautifully, by
the
way.
domination
I'm
mode
gonna
where
Get
they
this
go
man
from
some food. His
No,
blood sugar's
no,
too
no,
low.
no. It's because the domination mode, they go from like one map to a different map, and my brain like said that that was what happened when that's not how this mode works. It was just an honest mistake, really.
My man needs a Snickers. His blood sugar's crashing.
I have Chipotle
what the
waiting for
fuck?
me
They
for
already got
after
the
this.
point.
Big damage here for Shroud X, and that is not
What?
an exaggeration. They're going to be hitting very, very hard. Thieves already lose one.
Well, we're trolling.
Oh,
Oh,
Invisible
get
Woman.
the fuck out of here, bro! I just got hit with an ad.
Unlimited creation.
Why do we have ads mid
Shoot,
fucking
snuck in
map,
the
bro?
face, getting rid of the
What are we
Rocket Raccoon.
doing?
May not be able to get any more resets. Now over the top is Doom with the legendary. Teleport comes in from Delana. Desperation swap to the Strange. I don't know if it'll be enough because Shroud X is
He's
just dumping
clutching
ults,
right now.
trying to close out here
Yeah.
on the point. Vinny does find one though, and taking down a strategist could be the beginning of something
And
here.
we're fucked.
100 uses that TP. They're getting back in. I have Agamotto.
Wait,
Huge stun, though,
Vinny
onto the
just
back
did
line.
all
Donovan shut
that
down
to get
himself, but the rest
solo
of Shroud X
ulted.
getting the cleanup, and with already 99%
What?
on the cap,
Am
it
I
is gonna
crazy?
be
Why would he
cart
solo
opened up,
ult that?
starting to roll forward. That's what you needed
What
to
was
do.
the
It's,
point?
I'd say the bare minimum here for Shroud X, but they're still alive on this map.
I mean, it looked a little bit dicey.
It was
You
like a
pointed it out. It was
1v4
a,
or
a
5.
Feast of the Abyss onto Fidel that obviously had the burst damage to take the Invisible Woman out of the game. And I thought that Shranex might have been cooked on that attack side, but great recovery and a fantastic Eye of Agamotto to save them. I think Infinity also has a meteor M, so both frontliners hit these big
I said
ultimates.
Vision popped his ult to kill Venny.
Getting them a ton of value.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Allowing
Like,
them to reinforce
yeah.
the first player to drop, but the damage boost off the Seer, very, very good. Delena, well, great.
Trying to
ball
figure
there.
out why
That was
Delena is
honestly,
still
give a
on
purple heart to top tier kid for that
Sidelock.
one. That's next level. Did it on a controller, by the way, just to go.
TTK is so nice on Magneto when it comes to
it
protecting
looked
his
like he
teammates.
was thinking
really
about playing
understands the Vanguard
Namor.
role. However, Delena losing that trade and being forced out costs a lot of resources, and Shroudex, they're
Or
pouncing.
is Namor a DPS character?
They're going for it now.
Yeah.
They realize there's a bit of blood in the water now. Delena forced to back away. Now has at least developed that ultimate. In we
I
go.
kinda
Getting
like
down to half.
how
He's doing a
Namor
good job
plays.
keeping them busy, but needs big heals, and from the backside
I
comes
mean, it's
Doom
not,
now,
it's
that
nothing like
galactic legend.
crazy. It's not
Forced
super
to reload
flashy,
across
but
the Terror often is gonna what? What a headshot!
okay.
That is crazy. It is not a hit scan weapon. I repeat, it is not guaranteed to hit those shots. Terror Man, this guy's something
What's your
else.
clock at?
He's just a
31,
monster. That pickup
30,
onto Doomed
29.
spells disaster for the attackers.
Fuck,
They're
I'm
gonna
way
have to
ahead of you.
slow things down.
Oh shit. I can 2
Reset,
times.
although they are
No,
back
no,
into
you're
the
good. I'm
fight,
just gonna
taking that
pause it.
engage. Dance with the butterflies into the backline from Delena, and there's no Stratus ult to deal with, so he's just pumping damage.
I'm at
into the
18,
front line. The rest of
17,
the team
16.
Sense the opportunity, trying to get
Spot
board
on.
down,
Good.
get these cleanups.
You are good.
I'm
The
good.
tankiness though from Shroudex
You're
is
like that.
admirable.
Oh my god. Okay, Doomed gets
scrap.
drawn
Okay,
on in, has to try and get out. Meteor M's
Lot
now
of-
gonna be
lot
moving
of old
across the
speed
battlefield,
pops.
but in goes Vinny
Terra
once
gets 1.
more.
Terra gets 2.
You
Terra gets
probably
3.
unnecessary because Terra's gonna do that thing
4.
that you wanna kill everybody.
Oh my god, give him
Over and over
5.
Oh my
He's got a
god.
Penta. Give him the ace.
My math is
Pretty
correct.
sure
This
our
guy
ops team
is
could go
different.
AFK on the Terra cam, and we'd be all right. It might actually kind of work out this
God,
map.
he's
AI
so
really taking
good.
over already. That's
He's
crazy.
just, he's like that.
He's just diffy.
That would be crazy, man. But again, I want to see that first person.
Dude, the
Oh,
shots he
person,
hits are
excuse me.
insane too.
And so many of these biotic hooks, Jake, have been
Especially 'cause they
difference
said
makers,
this
right?
shit's
Pulling
not
people
hit
out of position.
scan.
You got even hitting on a Star-Lord
Like
every now and then.
what?
Doesn't matter who he finds. It's almost guaranteed to be a big elimination. Here comes
Why do I
Doom
feel like
again.
Doom's gonna die to Terra when he pops ult? I just
Yeah,
feel
I'm on
like
him.
it's gonna happen.
Oh, they do manage to blow up Delena
Dude.
instantly, though, Jake, right? So good
The
start.
Magneto
Cyclops a little bit out of position,
Kills,
apparently.
like with the
But I
ult,
do
are
feel
just
like,
so
yeah, as soon as they
satisfying
come
to
over
me.
the top,
It just
it's
feels
like
like a
a bionic hook
LeBron
that's gonna
dunk.
come in
That's
and
what it
catch
feels
them
like
out.
every time.
Here we go. I have Agamotto going to be popped by Dongmin. Terra and Delena both caught, so both duelists, but no chance to really punish. Delena somehow have to slip
Dongmin.
away again and stay alive.
They've got a few seconds to regroup before they have to come back in and contest this cart. Shroudex getting it rolling forward. Now it's Vision's turn with the ultimate if he wants to strike. Nuck extremely low on the Loki. He's got to be super careful. Regeneration domain is going to be enough.
Oh, Vinny's
Venom
down
already
again.
finds one, a
Oh.
second.
Then
Vision
you got
needs to
2
clutch
though.
this.
That cellular corrosion, Jake, catching out the invisible woman. She just has nowhere to
I
go
think
after
it's
using
2
that
though.
double jump.
Oh
my god,
Delena
Delena with 3.
Respect the Kraken
Wait,
impact attempt
SJP, you
there
gotta
for
kill
Shroudex,
2.
but they have run out of gas.
Sir
90
James
seconds left.
Parker.
The upside
Let's
for them, I
go.
guess, Jake, is that they had a really good first point attack, so they've got a really good buffer. I mean, any other situation, if they take any longer to take that first point, this is like final fight
And
territory.
he was like,
They've got a lot of
describe your
time, and
typical
it is
gamer.
only Vinny's ultimate on
sending
the
them a
Venom
picture
that
of
they're gonna have to
SJP.
worry about. So I'd say Shroudex probably have a bit of an edge here. Doomed, I think,
I could see
has the
that.
opportunity to crack this open. If he can find
Just like
an
your-
opening kill on the Psylocke, that's exactly what they need.
geeky, nerdy
The
guy
Meteor
with
Ammo could
glasses.
be sometimes a little
The-
bit awkward
the
to use in
typical
offensive
gamer.
situations like this.
Yeah,
Yep.
especially when there's like, strange shields in the way. And even when there's not, sometimes just you need to get rid of it so you can go back to having that impact on the ground. Sometimes we seem to just toss it out. Here we go. Vinny always seems to have that legendary available, Jake. It is impressive stuff.
Your
But we got a
power's
copy, of course,
online.
of that invisible boundary in play. Vinny getting buffered around the places. Impunity is going for a Meteor M. Vinny,
Dude,
of
the
course, can
fucking
heal up.
heals
Doesn't matter
sometimes,
if you
like
keep him
in
the game.
in
And
games
of
like
course,
this in Overwatch, are just so crazy. It's like you're on the verge of death, and then you get hit with one like heal, and next thing you know, you have higher health than what you would have had normally. It's insane.
Oh, TTK almost just died. Oh my god. How did
Delena?
TTK just
Delena?
survive? How did he just survive?
Oh my god, huge.
100 Thieves, Jake, are about to slam the door in Shroudex's face.
100 Thieves are just so insanely good.
Huge.
It keeps looking like they're bending, they're gonna break. Surely
Chat. It's
they're running out
fine.
of
We just had to
resources,
warm
Let's
up
and
the
go.
first match.
That last possible
Let's go. The
millisecond
boys are
when the enemy is
locked.
just a little bit overextended. That's when they rip the ults. That's when the duelists turn it around. It was delayed
Big
there in the
win.
end, but so many times in this map it was Terra. That was one of the most disgusting maps of Marvel Rivals we have ever seen.
I need to see
Terra's
the
just
scoreboard
like
now.
that. 38, 4, and 10.
eliminations.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's,
With
yeah, that's cool.
33k damage. Holy
33.
shit, dude.
Yeah. Okay. There are 22 final hits on the entirety of Shroud X's side.
And
Just to put this in
56%
perspective.
accuracy.
Quick maths there from me. 33.
That's insane. Wait, 50%.
That's insane.
56% accuracy is insane.
When
Yes.
you're up against these, like, obviously,
That is
any hero in
wild
Marvel
for that
Rivals,
type of a character,
you know,
bro.
It's really about finding
That
inventive
shit's
ways to
insane.
generate kills. But
I
off
do
the back
feel
of the
like though,
ultimate,
like
that is exactly
Rivals
what
is
you
one of
need
those
if you're
games
playing
where
hero
like
comps, just these large
having a high
amounts of
accuracy
burst damage
percentage
that you can repeatedly
doesn't matter
apply
like
to the
too
same
much
area.
depending on the
Like a jackhammer.
character.
Crazy stuff, man.
Like certain
what
characters,
series
it's
has
like
been so
you just
far?
spam.
Back on Hell's Heaven, I mean, we were talking about Doomed, right, being the one that was, you know, taking the initiative away from Shroud, rather from 100 Thieves, right? Shroud X looking like they were a bit sluggish, a little bit slow on the uptake.
Huge.
But
The
ever
boys
since
are
then,
up
man,
2-1 now.
100 Thieves now looking at their best.
And Mitch,
Yeah,
you
game
said
one was just a
they might
warm-up
get it done
game.
in
It was
4
something
today.
light for them.
That was the Nostradamus prediction.
Getting the fingers
It's
loose.
looking pretty real. I mean, the way Terra's playing, it's like
Getting the fingers
are
loose
you
is
gonna ban Hela
insane.
again? Are you gonna
Getting the
ban
fingers
Winter Soldier?
loose.
I mean, Doom has been saying the Winter Soldier too. Can you really take away
Spirit
one of your
fingers,
own
spirit fingers,
strongest
fingers.
tools just because you respect Terra that much?
Just had to
I
get
don't think
that
there's an easy
out of their
answer from the
system, and then
strategic perspective and the ban
they
pick.
started frying
but
after that.
honestly, you got a lot to get through here for the 100 Thieves. I mean, Shroud X, what do they have in the bank? 100 Thieves have just brought so
Can't
many
play with
strategies,
tight
so much
fingers, you know?
strategic mastery in how they approach every map, every comp.
I'll tell you
Just
what,
can't.
Jake, they've got a domination
not the
map
way.
where strategy matters less and clutch plays are king.
Terra's finger game that
Terra's still
I
gonna be in
can't
the
even
lobby.
finish.
Terra's
that
got
statement.
crazy finger game.
Terra's got crazy finger game.
There's finger game is on another
Whoa!
level.
Whoa, Puckett!
Doesn't matter
Wait,
who
what
wants
is
to
it?
combo alts.
Puckett just said he will pound your team
This was
Yeah, he'll pound your team with his fingers, bro. It's
with
crazy.
his fingers.
in Rival Fight.
Oh,
crashing out.
Jesus
we did
Christ.
Have like a 50, we had a 50 final blow Punisher game right last week, but like I think in this context,
Final
that was
blows
like
from
a
Terra's
really
fingers.
long, really close map.
I'm done.
And the impact.
All right, chat,
Uh,
we're signing off for the
They're
night.
just
On
making
that
it.
note,
They're making it too easy,
as this
bro.
one, right? So we didn't do the eye test, but I agree, Puckett. I do.
They're
think
making
the
it
results
too
seem,
easy.
Showing like this. There's one player having such a disproportionate
What the
impact
fuck is
over the
Phony
game
watching?
as
Lando,
Terra
he's
just
watching
did.
a Lando North.
It's gonna stay in my head for a while, I think.
Do you think with this show being made by us and no overlords back at home that can fire me, we could admit to people that I lie probably 50%
Oh,
of
100
the
Thieves
show.
has
I
69
have the
points in
information, I tell
Valorant
you guys, it's
and
not
Apex.
real.
It's just
I
Nice.
came up with it like
Nice.
2 seconds before I said it. Sometimes
That's some good
I
shit.
think of it while
They're in
I'm
first
talking.
place with 69 points, and
Alright, good.
Complexity is in second with
I
31.
didn't want you guys to really think
Jeez.
We are
this is
shitting this
amazing,
lobby.
the greatest
Oh my god.
casters on the planet.
I
We
love
truly
it.
are, Jake, and unfortunately,
Nice.
think
I
you're right.
love
we,
it.
We are not going to get a game 5. But if Shroud X is going to get me there, it's
Wait,
because
look
they're
at Puckett's
banning
cat in the
Mr.
back.
Soldier.
Look at the cat.
Delana cannot be
This
scarier
cat's
than
going
Terra.
crazy.
Right?
Yeah,
Guys,
it's damned if you do,
tweaking.
damned if you don't here for Shroud X.
Puck is
I think
definitely
this
looking
has
at
to
the
go beyond
camera
ban phase.
and looking
And
at
they're a
his
strong
cat.
team
What
too,
is
right?
wrong with
They've
its
had
hair?
Their good looks. I think even we've been talking a lot about the duelist because
think
Terra
that's
did
its
just have
tail.
one of the greatest games we've seen in
No.
Fight Night history.
Is it?
However, I
Or
think
it's
you
its
also gotta
leg,
look at the strategists.
it's
I mean,
licking.
3 deaths only on
It's
each
get-
of the
it's getting
strategists
in
from
there.
the Thieves, and that's in contrast to Shroud X's team.
It's
having, I
getting
think,
in there.
7 and 10 respectively.
It's got some stuff
These
it's got to
SJP
clean
and
out.
Harvey are just these stalwart defenders. They are so hard to crack, even for somebody as good as Doomed, a flanker player who has,
I can't
cracked
tell
open a
which way
lot
it's
of
laying.
backlines in his day. Now against
its
Harvey and
side.
SJP, he's not
Yeah,
able
but
to
I
get
mean,
the
like,
same
is
job
its
done.
butt
That's
like
because these strategists
closer
are
to the
just
camera
very,
or
very
farther from the
resilient, very,
camera?
very intelligent
No,
with
it looks
their
like it was
approach to the
farther.
game. I think for the
Yeah.
That was one of
Yeah,
those
further from the
optical
camera.
illusions. You
Really
couldn't
highlighting
quite tell
internally
which
how
one
good
if you
the
looked
strategists
hard
are, how
enough.
much them staying alive is crucial to any other strategy.
We're going to continue lying to you on the other side of this commercial break. Before we go,
Commercial
shout out to the
break?
chat. You're the reason why we can lie. You always set the
This would be like
record
after the
straight.
S&D.
Who
What the
dropped
hell?
that 50 bomb as Punisher? Oh yeah, it was also
Me.
Terra. The kid is
What
a
the
freak.
hell?
Wait, was it
We're
Terra?
going into
Watching. What is
game
this?
4 when we return. TTK, pick that head
It's
up.
a fire
soldier.
highlight.
We're
What do
still
you
in
mean?
this one.
5 minutes?
Brother.
Brother,
I'm trying to eat my Chipotle, dog.
Eat it? What you mean?
I don't want to eat it at my desk because I have a white mouse pad.
Oh.
And I'm not trying to spill on my mouse pad.
I have a Gengar mouse pad.
Mine's the high ground Hunter x Hunter one of like the 4 characters.
Yeah, I saw it on Twitter. I know everything about you.
Wow, that's kind of crazy, actually.
Yeah, 6'3", 147 from Arizona.
Yeah.
I only know your. I only know your weight because you said it on.
I know, I said it earlier. Yeah.
Bro, 147 is insane though.
Yeah. I definitely need to bulk up.
That's how you need to be on those protein shakes.
I know. There's a lot of shit I got to do.
Oh, but you can't have dairy, right?
Not like pure milk, no.
Well, you can put
I've
isn't
done
Fairlife
like oat milk and shit like that.
Yeah, you could do almond milk.
The one that's like kind of causing more problems for me right now is I'm trying to like cut out gluten because I feel like that's caused like more bloating and backing me up. So
Cutting out gluten is like one of the hardest things to do, I swear.
Well, it's so frustrating because like obviously if I'm trying to put on weight, like there's certain things that like I'm just like I just need to eat, and some of the stuff that we got before I was like trying to cut out gluten. So like I have a whole basically box full of like Uncrustables still, and I just can't even eat them, and I'm like I would eat like 2 or 3 of these a day. But I also think I have like a stomach bug or something, that because my mom just got diagnosed with H. pylori. So I think like I could have that, I think.
What's that?
It's basically just like a stomach virus, I guess. You just take like antibiotics and stuff for it. Or like, yeah, like a bacteria. But I don't know for sure if I have it, but I've had like really bad heartburn recently, and like that's one of the symptoms. And then I like looked it up, and I have a good portion of the other symptoms. So I'm like, if my mom has it, and then I have a bunch of the symptoms, like odds are I probably have it.
Yeah.
Because it's
I have to watch what I eat, especially with like red foods and like spicy foods.
Yeah.
Because I have GERD, so like if I eat like too much spicy food or like too much like red stuff, apparently like pasta sauce or anything like that, it'll like fuck with my like stomach acid, and then I have like heartburn for like days.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't really do spicy food. Because that will give me heartburn as well.
Yeah.
Which sucks because I fucking love Mexican food. And a lot of times it has spice in it, so.
Yeah. Time is it 10:30? Right. This need us to close it out right here.
Yeah, seriously. Close this shit out. I'll go eat my Chipotle bowl. But yeah, I've been like working out and stuff too, which I think probably doesn't necessarily help my weight in that regard, because I'm not eating enough either. So like at this point, like when I work out, I'm just burning calories that I'm not intaking, and I already am not intaking enough to like hold my
Welcome
weight.
back to
So
the future home of Emma Frost. It's Rivals Fight Night, where Groots and
I got to
Boots
figure out something to
turn
do.
into Hamburger Helper.
Oh my God, get boxed.
You always end these too early. I'm always waiting for more.
Splash.
Okay.
Splash. It was going. You just always interrupt, and then I'm like, oh, my big finale just got fucking ruined by Uber again.
No, so I didn't. I didn't know you were one for the theatrical pause, Chris. I've underestimated you. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm evolving. Is
Don't
my
make that
20th
mistake.
year.
Vernon
Yeah.
Don't
T'Challa
underestimate Chris Bucket, not in my house.
is the next map.
Speaking of Emma Frost, Jake, we have a beatdown on our screen here. 100 Thieves recently
This is
have
the
been
domination
slain.
map.
It has been
Yeah.
the thickness from Terra. He is dropping bombs left,
The thickness
right,
from Terra.
bottom left, bottom right, all over the place on Shroud X.
Interesting.
But
It
now
is
it's their
sus.
map choice again.
Look, I think like from a pure strategic perspective, it's crazy to ban Winter Soldier, and at the same time,
He's trying
you
not to
gotta ban
laugh.
Winter Soldier. I mean, it's too much. Like the team play around it for the rest of 100 Thieves, it's so insane. Terra is a monster on the character. I feel like this is time to put some respect on Terra. He was our MVP last time.
Yeah,
he's
I
cruising
mean,
towards another MVP.
Put some
again.
respect on his name, bruh.
Maybe you could take some wind out of his sails.
He's
I mean,
just
it's not
like
He's
that.
not good at the other characters.
see,
but at
let's
least
see, do
force him to
they-
show you something different?
Well, the problem
Energy
is
abuse you that bad, Shroud
if
X,
you
that you're
ban-
afraid of Hela still.
if you
He's not
ban
in
Winter
the
Soldier,
Give Delana a
odds are
chance.
they probably have to
Delena's
keep
gonna fry. I
Hela,
don't- I
and then
can't believe
Delena's
I'm
gonna
saying this,
cook
but
with
I
Hela.
Might rather face the Terra Winter Soldier,
Wolverine.
even after what I just saw. It's that
All
bad.
right.
They're getting rid of the wolf. Okay.
Back to basics with the Wolverine ban. I think we can all agree the Wolverine ban is good for Shroud X.
They protected this and then didn't use it at all in Hall of
Protected.
Justice. They did not
Yeah.
play any more.
Okay.
They said
yeah.
you're not gonna ban it. We're
Yeah.
gonna protect it.
The
Yep.
Ring of Snow ban, right?
Yeah.
We're
Just do
gonna
it again.
see
Ban
a
Luna Snow.
Uh-oh.
I'm excited. Observers, can you please just
No
put the camera
Luna
on Hela?
either?
This may be the last opportunity we get, even if it goes to a game 5. 100 Thieves. This is not their map choice.
Winter Soldier,
They lost
surely.
the opening map. They won back-to-back, including their opponent's pick. Now they're looking to close things out for $1,000.
Yep, they banned Winter Soldier too.
Soldier
So
not
then who
on
do
the
we-
map.
I don't-
Uber
are we gonna
solid.
see, like, a
Thunder,
Namor
Luna
then?
Snow,
Like,
not gonna be helping out Namor.
who are we gonna
which
see from
means
Terra?
Star-Lord.
right, guys?
Star-Lord, yeah, that makes
See,
sense.
I don't
Star-Lord
know if
and
I've seen 2 respect
Hela.
bans on the same player before. This may be one of the first times we've seen it. Terra's getting the 2 best heroes banned out, not just banning his best hero, banning his second best as well.
Yeah, that's
And
crazy.
I feel like he's gonna be
You're
pretty
so
all
good
right
on
with
2
third.
heroes that they have to
Think,
use
like,
both of their bans on
you.
you.
Can play Groot Namor here on Ben and Charlotte.
That's wild.
Pretty good. Alongside.
So this is gonna be a Delana pop-off map?
The protector the Hela on this map. I feel like it's so important because Bucket, you just get this high
That's what
ground
I'm
access,
thinking.
Right? You can
That's my
really be
prediction.
nuisance, And, this high ground access extends almost 360 around.
the substitute for this team.
One of these
Huh?
points here.
We have
Always
a
evolving
we're
as
running
well.
Punisher.
We're going to the waterfall land. But
Oh.
we're starting inside. Let's go on board with a Hela Vision. Welcome to my
Wait.
screen.
I'm excited to
Is
see if
Delana
Joel
actually
has for us
is
on the
Delana
Punisher.
actually gonna
I
run
do think though
Jeff?
Punisher could potentially be difficult against somebody like Psylocke, who loves to.
No
you know,
way,
hit
right?
from
Full
the
saging
flanks
right
and
now? Is this
pop
like Battle
somebody.
Jeff?
Punisher has a relatively
Battle
big
Jeff?
hitbox. On top of that, the
Oh my
super
God,
long-range
no
duels against
way.
Hela can be scary. So
Running it? Oh
Terra's
my god,
got
he's
his work
walking
cut
out of
for him. I
spawn.
don't think this
Oh my
will
god,
be
he's
easy.
walking out of spawn. Oh, it's
I
a
couldn't
troll.
agree, Jake, but
Oh, it's a
on
troll.
the line here for 100 Thieves, a chance to end the series prematurely instead of.
Oh,
risking,
it's the heal
going
thing,
down
I
map
think.
5, which we've seen definitely
speed
take
boost.
energy out of these guys. It's been a long day for Shroud X.
Oh,
think.
Seventh
gotcha.
map of
That would be
Marvel
my
Rivals.
guess.
We're running-
Limited break
we're
in
running
between the two
Punisher,
series,
though?
So they need to dig deep, find that energy.
Interesting.
And that question of whether Doom can be an adequate flank
I'm at
threat
6,
will be answered.
5,
Delena will, of
4,
course,
3.
Yeah, you're a little
something
ahead.
Everybody, I'm sure, was
I'll
looking forward to
pause.
seeing on this map.
Yeah, nobody more than Delana, who's had his.
I'm gonna
comfort
wait
zone
until they
just
get
started.
a
time and time again this series. Gets the reprieve.
I'm gonna
with the
wait
help
until
of
they get a
Terra's
percentage.
dominance
That way I
on
have
the
something to
Winter
go off
Soldier.
of.
Now let's see what he has.
Oh
to
my
work
god,
with.
Dylan already got one.
Yep.
Oh, he just got shit on back.
And Jess gets chopped
Oof.
up, doomed. Oh, but hold on. Vision strikes right back.
Wait, so are we on the
And it
same?
is-
I think you're like a
I had
second
it.
ahead of
See,
me.
like such a very powerful
I'll just pause
mid-range
play.
sort of duelist with no damage fall off. So you can also function very effectively as a long-range threat. Most 2 kit feels like mid-range, but then
Why-
you can just headshot people
Why was the way
across
the
map,
turret
as
just
Hella.
turned
Very,
and
very
looked at
powerful.
Vision?
Nice pick
So
off their
funny to
position,
me.
But it's a question of what's going on over
He's
on the
getting
point.
shot from the
Vision's
side, and
probably
then he
trying
just
to
whips
adjust here,
over.
get more involved in this fight, but the invisible boundary deployed by Harvey
Focusing
here
on the point,
has
and
to
he's
be
just like,
respected.
Yeah, he just whips
Are you
to
saying Hella might be a little bit
Division.
OP, Mitch? Now
Like, hey,
you're
knock that
talking
shit off,
really
dude.
Crazy. Surely not.
Knock
wait,
that off,
TTK
gang.
already got a
Over
meteor?
the top
What
of
the
the
fuck?
meteor M though, can't get the connection though.
Doesn't get anything with it.
And the second invisible boundaries come down. A little bit better ult trade for Shroud X.
Dongmin tries to hit TTK, and yes, the follow-up is going to be good. The meteor does connect. Yeah, here's this Punisher ultimate, which is, you know, fine. But obviously it can be
Terry,
LOS
get off
pretty
this
easy, right? You're
fucking
stuck out of line
hero.
of sight here, and Terror is eventually going to be brought down. Thieves, I think they're going to have to consider what the second duelist
Kinda
is
just
really
got
supposed to
smoked
be
right
here.
there.
The Punisher is going to get them there.
Yeah, especially without the Rocket team up, you know, Punisher
Like
was the meta,
that
you know,
pick.
right when Rivals came out, but has fallen off pretty decisively since. And
I mean,
think
maybe
for
that's
Shroud
just
X,
like the
Doom, with
next
the Dance of the
comfortable
Butterflies, there's no
or
defensive
the
ultimates.
next
Gotta be
character
very
he's
careful.
comfortable
This
with.
regeneration domain from Loki is kind of
Yeah.
your only defense. Although that's a big stun from Delena onto that Psylocke. Just barely
I mean,
keeps
we've
out of
seen
trouble.
him play.
Okay, Doom taken down yet again. Delena just has got the flicks
What's
for
his
days,
name?
man. That is crazy. Harvey, randomly, that's a right
Star-Lord,
kick from Impunity.
right?
Just lobbed a bulb at him and
He's
took
played
him
Star-Lord
down.
before.
Onion really is the man's worst enemy. Here, Goddess of Death. Caught out Vinny early on here. Impunity find yet another elimination here. This is good looks for Shroud X. This is honestly very solid from them.
Damn.
Yeah,
Maybe
and
Dom
even
is
with
just
the
not our
catch onto
thing.
Doomed, that big counter pick off onto the Loki is even more important. I mean, that's a rare mistake out of Harvey to get picked off after his team had the advantage. But Shroud X fighting really well in the open range. And Doom, despite getting shut down a couple times, is still putting out good damage on this Psylocke and still drawing a lot of vision aggro, making it awkward.
We do
for
almost
Hunter
have
Thieves
all
to
our
get the fight
ults
they want.
though.
All right, Vision again dealing with the Terror.
Terror
Punisher
dies
has
again.
not been the difference maker so far on Spaceport. Plenty of map to play. The 100 Thieves have been patiently building up a chest of ultimates now, ready to let him go. Vision back to the point here. Delena with the Goddess of Death to make use of, but has to be out into the open using this ultimate to actually be able to get it
Fidel
down onto the
has
point. So needs to go
her
forward
ult.
first.
Yeah.
Doomed a little bit low. They're trying to stay patient
there
at
it
the
is.
back here. Now they've taken up that invisibility. Where do they look to go? To the high ground. Looking for Terror by the looks of things now. Nice Dance of the Butterfly here. It's going to be drawing out Harvey's ultimate. Invisible boundary going up there. And Fidel with the force physics able to finish the job on Delena. Maybe I do prefer the Delena Hella
One
over
TTK.
the Soldier if I get to choose between the two because they've looked good, but I feel like Shroud X on putting Vision on that role as well. Seems pretty darn
Psylocke,
good
I
for
like
them.
that better.
Dance of the Butterfly,
Okay.
more defensive than anything here from Terra. It's going to allow him to stabilize onto the point, but Dogman's not giving up yet. Meteor M doesn't get the killing connection.
TTK.
Strangling Prison as
Am I
well,
still ahead
not
of you?
really getting value, so Shroud X
Yeah, I think
kind of
so.
stumbling at the final hurdle here. 100 Thieves in position to get this point retake.
There you go, Terra.
And
There we
despite the
go.
pressure on the Vanguards, they're going to do just that. Shroud
Yeah,
X
get
gonna
off that
desperation
shit
run to the
Punisher.
point. Huck does
All right,
trade
I'm at
Terra out in the last second,
3%,
but I think this Loki
4,
may go down as well.
5.
Okay, yeah, you're still
Okay,
like a
enough.
second
Another
ahead of
picture
me.
here. So 100
I'm at
Thieves
5,
able to
6,
stabilize the round and
7,
salvage it a little bit here.
8.
But what is
9.
going on with that second duelist? Terra now is, of course, on the Psylocke.
Should be good now.
So it's made the switch over, finally conceding that.
Fuck
I
this
guess the team
YouTube
is
shit.
not going to walk
For
up
real.
into range, of that Punisher and allow him to switch over towards, Deliverance and just blow people up. And honestly, like, not really a good comp to play the turret against. You've got to pay the.
And I get hit with an ad. You've got to be shitting me. We just get it figured out, and then we get hit with an ad. Jesus Christ. 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, that's where I'm at.
Try to reset. Looks like they're going to take that latter
Bro.
option, not wanting to fight without Vision.
I get hit with an ad and I'm
Bit
put
of an
ahead of you.
overengage, But the Thieves, that pickoff has allowed them to get to the
Jesus.
position of having every ultimate available, and a force physics pulls in Impunity, who shut down, and Shroud X kind of falling to pieces here.
That is, man, the force physics there is so huge. Great
Skin
little
that
setup,
Terra has
especially when
is
you don't
sick.
have a bionic arm to.
It's like Little Red
set up
Riding
these
Hood.
kind of pick opportunities.
No.
Making use of that invisible woman ability is crucial. And 100 Thieves did not have to use any of their ultimates. None of them.
Yeah, we still
They
have
get
5
hard and hard to
ults.
break. Shroud X though also
That's
conversely
huge.
are saving up a lot, so we might end up.
I mean, Shroud X is about to get theirs as well, though.
99 fight here. Doom can't do anything with 2 of these strategist ultimates in play, except hope to flank and find something natty. But that is a huge ask against this Thieves team, especially now that they switch off the Punisher to something similar.
Yeah, the long range trade is everything right now. Psylocke's dueling on the flank. Doom
Psylocke was
in
so
a lot
weak.
of trouble, has to use double dash to get back to the squad, but it's a very defensive posture here for Shroud X. They struggle to get position on the point.
All right. Trying to make it happen here. Shroudx have to come forward. Fidel getting rid of the ultimate. Vision now going to go up into the sky with a meteor rim deployed here by TTK.
So low.
Cisco, not very charged, but good damage at least being thrown down onto Impunity, who has a strangling prison available. Delena can only speculate here in terms of where to send these crows down, and Vision has the shield from the Invisible Woman to rely on. Terra now going to go for a dance with the butterfly, and the timing is absolutely
let's go, Terra.
What hero Terra's on.
Oh my god.
The game. Quiet start on the Punisher, but the
oh my god. It doesn't matter what he plays. This guy's a beast.
Well, it kind of matters. Don't put him on.
Yeah,
Punisher.
don't put him on Punisher. That's the only one. But other DPSs
had that round in the bag. I think they thought so too.
Smoked that.
But they dumped a couple of ultimates in
other
that critical battle.
DPSs.
They lost control point at 99. And then the retake just never came together.
You know that
so
bone on the like side of your ankle? I don't know what it's called.
By Delena or Terra,
like just
bringing
your
down
ankle?
that sniping pressure.
No, the
Vinny and
bone that
TTK
like sticks
getting a
out.
little
That
bit
little
better
like
of the
ball
tank
on the
trade
side
there,
of your
just a bit
ankle.
more damage down.
Yeah, that is your ankle.
And
Is it
across
not?
the board, I mean,
I thought it's
Terra,
called
look at
something.
this,
Is it
still doing
not?
ridiculous damage in
I
that
have
game,
no
despite
idea.
the Punisher looking
Oh,
kind
anyways, I
of
just
kind of weak.
smoked my desk
However,
with
they
it.
are going to, on this map, double down on the Punisher with the
That's
Rocket
brutal.
Raccoon pick. I'm curious to see if this is...
Honestly,
will they
That's like
actually do
a
that, or will
like a
they
funny
end up
bone hit.
swapping
Those
back?
are
it wouldn't be terrible.
when
I
your
think they're
arm
fine
goes
with
like
that.
numb.
Look, you're still going to be
You know,
dealing with
like
the
you
silent
hit it and then
flanker, right?
it's just like your hand just like gives out.
I do think though there
Yeah.
are some decent
That
spots
shit's
to
the
set up here with this
worst.
Punisher. Let's see.
What
Thieves
is
also, I mean, they
the-
might have Vinny on the on the Venom.
Bone, the
It's kind of
very
ball
awkward
on
with the
your
Punisher, you don't really have a
ankle
duelist who's
called.
going to get in with the Venom. I'm a bit skeptical of this, actually. I think Shroudx, I like their comp a little bit more here. They are going to have the Rocket, though. So
It's
gonna be a
called-
full commit onto Terra.
Wait.
My question is just how does
The
Vinny
bump on
play
the
this one out?
outside of the
He's gonna
ankle
be more of a
is the
space trading
lateral
diver than really one who's
malleolus,
actually going to create kill
Oh,
opportunities.
yeah, I wouldn't.
part of the
I wouldn't know
fibula,
that.
The fight's out a little
and
bit
the
longer
smaller
for the
bump on the
Punisher to have
inside
that
of the
impact
ankle
from
is the
his
medial
allies, so Vinny
malleolus.
can disrupt here. Attract
Yeah,
some of
I
the
part of
wasn't
the
gonna
shin
know
bone.
that.
Remember, this is a very open map.
I wasn't
right?
gonna know
No,
that.
Strangling
That's
Prison
not what I
on
thought it was
Vinny,
called.
wasting no time, living up to his name in a big way.
Damn, we
Dennis
just
is
got
going in and
smoked.
cleaning them out. 100 Thieves.
Oh my god, 1v1. Oh my
Jeez,
god,
that's
100
fantastic.
Thieves won again in
That's nice.
Apex. We're fucking
Yeah, it's huge that they
nuts.
can get the cap stop just in time.
We
Great
just got
awareness from Impunity to
smoked.
immediately turn his pathing, get to the point
Bro,
as
I
quickly
think
as
we've
possible.
literally
A second
won
later, and I mean, it
4
seems
of,
a
like, the
small difference,
5
but, you know, we've seen the
matches.
difference that 5-10% margins
scrim
can
block.
make when it comes to
For
like, straight
Apex?
portaling back into a desperate
Yeah.
fight. Terra
W.
is going to go over to the Psylocke, maybe a more natural combo.
W
we're at-
Apex.
We're at 69. We got the win, so that's plus 12.
Damn. Terra just got smoked.
There is an invisible woman
Yeah, he
shield.
did. I love that sound though, with the hello, where it's like ding, 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 ding.
Oh, yeah.
Lapse in judgment there for a moment. Now, things
The
are about to get out
daggers
of
or
hand. Vinny
whatever.
does at least, get that
Yeah.
piece of the abyss. And see if they stick to the Venom after this.
So
now, but 100 Thieves
81. I don't know how many kills they got
split
though.
up here, now at risk of being heavily staggered.
Yeah, this lack of a Groot starting to bite. And Vinny is going to bite the bullet, takes the Groot mirror now. But this
Bite
late into
it.
the round, it's going to put
Bite
you in a
it.
pretty significant ultimate disadvantage. So the Thieves are going to have to fight this back off just the power of raw playmaking and aim. We know they've got that in the bag. We know
Just the
that
power
those
of
are huge
raw
threats. but Shroudx
playmaking
would
and
love to
aim.
force a decisive game 5.
Galactic Legendary for Doom. Time of
They-
Thieves.
that
They do
finger
have
game.
invisible boundary and
Strong
Yeah,
finger game.
it's the raw finger game that is what's
Yeah.
going to take
Terra
the
looking
Thieves
for a
over the
back
top
out, so they're
here.
gonna draw Thieves out of position, but gee, Stratex gets such a
Okay.
jackpot pick off there to start that fight. Terra likely using this for the
What's happening?
invulnerability frames it offers, less
Oh.
of the damage.
But
Force
Terra's
physics
dead.
yanks them on back to make them demise.
And Shroudx are going to be happy with that. They're
Alright,
looking
well,
to
we got
charge forward
visions
with that
all
player advantage
out
and
of
turn it
that,
into
which is
more. This is a bit of a
nice.
risky move, but if it pays off, they will be forcing us into round 3.
Yeah, I'm on him.
Meteor M over the top, denying
Oh,
value.
no.
Bro,
Dogman looking to
TTK
get a
is
little
not
bit
getting
more
his
range.
junk.
TTK and
no.
blasts the JP away.
Oh, this is
Yeah, we're
bad. This
missing-
is
we're
very
missing the
dangerous if you
TTK
wanna
dunks
Oh
have
man,
today.
he's falling off
You're
the
almost-
map.
You're almost thinking with this last fight, you
Not ideal
are you
here.
reluctant to spend your ultimate
Okay,
because you'd like
Delena's
to get
on
off
it,
to a
though.
great start in round number 3. This feels mega chalked from the Thieves. Delena,
Oh, Delena can't hold here.
Did you
He
say
can't hold here.
mega
The ceiling is too
shocked?
low on him.
He
Yeah,
said-
he's down.
Oh,
He
Chalked
said
is
this team's
chalked.
mega
on this round,
chalked.
especially.
Chalked is
Hundred
chalked.
Thieves
It
again,
doesn't
they try and
matter if
come in
it's
with the
mega or
Punisher
not.
right quickly. Terra's looking to switch off of that, but it's going to be a TP that gets 100 Thieves back into play. Terra, good pressure. Nak forced to go onto the high
go.
ground. Now
Go
there's
nuts.
a little bit more, but the
Oh, I
invisibility
got-
shield is too
Yeah.
good. Terra's going to drop out of the fight for the time being now, but Delena does have that ultimate to make use of now. Harvey very, very low though, and Terra just got blown up. Vision getting involved where it matters. Delena needs something. A pick, anything
So
here.
weak.
come up with nothing.
He's so
Back down to
weak.
earth in more ways than one for the hella player of 100 Thieves. And Shroud X
Ah.
now in his overtime. Vinny's trying to push up here. I have Agamotto at the ready, but an opportunity to make use of it. That's the real question. Tanks on either side of him now. Looking to the back line. Oh,
Okay.
but Nakandomin was still caught by that. There just wasn't enough follow-up. Impunity does go down at least, but a Galactic Legend is now in play, counted out by the Meteor M, of course, and TTK. And Dongmin has fallen. Terra now.
Terra's still got a pick. Delana gets one too.
Delana able to find Fidel and 100 Thieves have had to fight to the very brink, and they fought back into the round.
They're able to get the flip. Doom.
Huge.
A couple trades, but it's gonna be
Huge. We're staying alive. We're staying alive.
Now Shroud X gonna be on the retake, sent fully back to the spawn. Dongmin thinking about a TP, wants to just play like a really high tempo look here. Potentially taking the Thieves side of the map. Curious to see how Shroud X plays.
My stream is fucking
Again,
up.
pretty ballsy. Vinny can see much of this from that high ground perch there, and Dongmin's pushing up. Really wants to.
What's your percentage at?
On TTK.
25, 26, 27.
Oh my god, I'm fucking way ahead of you now. What the fuck?
Stupid ass YouTube, bro. Okay.
Wait, I need you to keep counting.
37, 38, 39. 40.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah, this fight feels over. Impunity finds
think
one on the CTK.
I think I'm a second ahead of you, but it's fine.
Happy
That's
to
right.
run a longer fight here.
Three
For the Thieves,
dead.
happy to stall a little bit more. I mean, remember, this is their championship.
At
on the
least
line. I
during
thought
Call of Duty,
Shroud
we
X
don't
was
get ads
certainly gonna
mid-match.
force a decisive
Yeah,
round three.
that's
Now
true.
100 Thieves in position to potentially
That
end
shit would
this
make
here
me
and
crash
now and
out,
just
bro.
grab that cash prize.
Over halfway, 100 Thieves.
Oh my god, 100 Thieves is on 94 points.
Let's build another ultimate here too. Shroud X
That's
don't still have
insane.
much to work with, right? They need a good strangling
To
presence
put that
over
in
there, but look how
to put that in perspective,
Thieves
you
are.
get 12 points for a
Vinny and Terra
win,
basically in different
plus every
postcodes.
kill
Delana
is
also trying
a
to
point.
Scout out some of these angles.
And
with
then
use
what's
of
like
the
the
third
goal?
person. Poke damage here from 100 Thieves
just
is pretty
most
good 'cause
points.
They've got that hell
Oh.
to work with now, and Shroud X have to
Damn.
go soon. This might be their last chance
Yeah.
at all, Jake. Vision gets dove on, able to stay alive. Good healing to
The-
keep the killer in the game.
The only time there's ever a
Great
goal in
awareness from
Apex
Vision. He's
is
still
in
fighting back
finals.
even under that much pressure.
It'll be
Now
match
gets his
point
position
format, so you
wide
have
onto
to
the
hit
high ground of the
50
point. I think
points
this is
first.
exactly what Shroud X
Mm.
want.
And
A
then
little bit better
if you
long-range
once you
damage.
hit 50
Thieves have
points,
some
then you have to
powerful ultimates
win
to deploy in
a
Blink,
game
it
to
won't be
win.
an easy one.
Gotcha.
Final fight potentially here in
Which
Rivals Fight
that
North
gets
America.
insane.
Thieves are going to have all their ultimates here. Vinny with their feast of the
Oh.
abyss. Now Delano goes solo, has to pop that ultimate. Going to come out and be very, very low.
Oh, that
Taken
was
down
not a good
by
pick.
Vision. Thieves also used that invisible boundary and couldn't get any value off of it now. Cellular
Wait,
corrosion
Vinny?
into the feast. Nuck gets picked off, so both teams without a strategist for the time being. And Vision here out in the open, looking for more damage on Vinny. Looks like they're going to have it. Should be Shroud X being able to push back now. Okay, Meteor M coming up. We have a flip of the point though, as 100 Thieves are being knocked down to size.
We just
Vision
did all
is
that to
dominant. Strange Portal
lose?
comes in from Delana, but the overtime spawns are so long, it's so incredibly difficult to clutch out from this position. Using those
Wait,
spawn
so
heals, but it's a nice wall from Impunity. In
Why
through
is
the
it that
portal,
Harvey's
denies the
clone
touch, and Shroud X,
doesn't
it would've been
like
too much
contest,
surely
but
to
it
get
can
reverse
move the
swept on
cart?
both, mini reverse swept on both of the rounds of control. At
Oh,
least
that I don't
now,
know.
they have a chance here on Warrior
Like
Falls.
I'm not
This is
trying
the
to
map
say
where the
like,
Hella
oh,
really
if that
tends
would
to
have done it, it
shine.
would have
This is the
saved
map
us. I'm
where,
just like
I mean, we saw
genuinely
energy
curious.
kinda styled on
Because
Vision.
like,
We'll see if Vision
I
was
would
able
think
to
if it's
take
gonna
anything
do
from
one
that and
objective, it should be
deliver
able to
here
like
into this series.
hold all
It's
objectives.
crazy.
No.
These 100 Thieves,
Yeah.
honestly, like their
Yeah,
duelist combo,
I get it.
able to edge out the side of Shroud X. But look at Impunity, man. 10 final hits
Bro,
on this
we
group.
are getting shit
Topping
on this
the
map.
damage output. And that's something that like really
Yeah,
has
not
to be
ideal.
respected. It's also something that is
Not
very
ideal.
valuable
Vinny-
on this map. It's totally
If Vinny
reasonable
and
to see him come out here.
TTK aren't
Thieves
getting kills,
Have that same level of showing in their front line from Vinny.
or sorry,
Or can they shut Impunity down?
I'm
They've been a
losing my
problem.
mind. If Terra and
I mean, it's a
Delana are
small
getting
edge,
kills,
but
we're
the
not
fact that
winning.
Shroud X were able to hold on to that invisible boundary coming into this round does put them in a pretty decisive advantage for the first fight. Often we see those first fights leading to an advantage that you can continue to snowball and play out of. Delana would love to be the difference maker, would love to find that opening pick, but Shroud X taking the fight immediately to their opponents with that ult.
I mean, yeah, 100 Thieves are hoping to get off to a good start here, but they run into an invisible boundary, and Terra realizes, I don't have enough time. The point's not going to flip for another 8 seconds. I've got to do something, have some impact here, and it feels like a miscalculation, not having your Psylocke in position from the rip. Now, Shroud X out on the point themselves. Vinny very low. Harvey stunned up here, and Shroud X is just kind of dominating.
Jeez, Vision is
This is so
pissing on
confident
us.
from Vision, taking the risk onto the flank. He is going to get shut down. but the
Everybody's
damage is
pissing on
done.
us.
And this is kind of something we saw from Energy in the last series, right? Like being willing to take those risks, show up on the flank on the Hella, win your 1v1, and then snowball from there. Vision looking great thus far in the map.
Another great start. We saw Shroud X get up to like these massive leads. I mean, got on the first round. They had a 99% lead. Thieves had to fight all the way back. Last time as well on Spaceport, they also able to have a pretty darn good lead. So Thieves need to get back into the game, and sooner this time. Terra's had a great map. I mean, the duelists for 100 Thieves have been, I mean, pound for pound, better than what Shroud X are doing. But here's the problem. It's impunity. Coming with the Strangling Prison. Punished pretty quickly, though, as SJP is able to get that healing over time from the invisible boundary. Terra looking for an opportunity, probably, to figure out if it's worth committing this dance of the butterfly into the fight. Again, plenty of
a low-key tattoo.
Don't know what happened there. SJP
a
just kind of blew them up.
Yeah, I want one.
Yeah,
why are you a big Loki fan?
Of all these ultimates,
yeah.
I mean, Shroud X had a lot of utility to deploy, and it all fell flat. I mean, the Thieves just fearlessly aggressing into the front line, and for Groot to go down that quick.
I was always
early,
a big Thor guy.
Massive focus fire out of the Thieves, and Shroud X gonna be scratching their head about what just happened.
That makes sense. You seem like a Thor guy.
SJP walked to that fight.
Well, I used to have long blonde
there
hair
on
like
that
Thor, so
invisible
I
woman. Kind of
thought it was cool.
Cracks performance there. Now, of course, there's some high ground to play from for Shroud X. The,
never looked like
offending
Thor,
team,
but
the attacking team seems to have like priority in that sense. But Terra
like to think
will be
I
playing close now with an invisibility, but constantly you can see the Psylocke is being checked for.
Let's go, Thieves! Hell yeah, Brandon!
Beautiful from
Hell
Terra.
yeah!
A brief opportunity to collapse on Doom,
Gotta close this one out here.
Flexible piece of the puzzle here for Shroud X.
We don't want to go to a game 5.
And Dogman down. Fidel as well. Cleanups coming in.
The first map, they didn't
like
look great. They kind of got smacked around a little bit first map, but after that, they started to find their footing, and then they've looked pretty comfortable up until this map. They've kind of slowed down again. But if you see the bans in the top left for Shroud X, they banned both of Terra's like best play like characters. So I think they kind of tried to hard counter the Thieves with that.
Final hits there and coming in with a very big impactful ultimate.
I also don't know what you said about Thor because my mic died.
Oh, I was saying I liked Thor because I had long blonde hair, and I thought I thought it was cool that I had the long blonde hair like Thor did.
They've got a difficult road
that long blonde hair?
Yeah, like to my shoulders.
What?
And it was straight.
Shroud X, they've got a couple
like crazy straight.
Were you rocking like a ponytail?
No, I would just always wear a hat.
Checking back in on that in just a second, but unfortunately, our caster feeds have gone down. I have no gameplay.
I'm glad I cut it.
Can't be calling too much here.
We'll just say that.
Hopefully for you guys though, it's fine.
As I got older.
I heard there's a Hella ult.
This could be the match. This could be the match.
Well, I sort of dropped the stream.
Yeah, I agree, Brandon. I think it's good that they're not just like smoking everybody down. There we go.
100 Thieves are your fight night champions again.
Once again, that's another 1,000 in their pocket.
Yeah,
that's another 1,000 in their pocket.
They're able to DoorDash some food.
Yep.
There's no way my feed just came back with the victory thing. There's no way that just happened, bro.
Hey, shout out to the feed. They knew who needed to see it, and it was the fans.
Terra is a beast, bro. They nerfed him, and he still was MVP for the Thieves.
Still dropped 33 on their head.
33 and 10.
I saw yellow pop up. I was like,
25k damage. I mean,
can you imagine?
he's just him. There's no other way to put it. He's just him.
Oh, that's so brutal.
Terra is him.
Guys, at the scoreboard there, 20
guys
final hits
different.
for Terra in that map, by the way. Not quite as disgusting a game as we saw previously.
Hell yeah.
The Psylocke flex, we were kind of worried,
do they do
right?
the interview?
At the start of that last map,
do they do a player interview?
This Punisher
They'll do an interview.
Kind of cheats,
Okay.
like it's not really what they're looking for.
I'll stay on for the interview,
There
and
is
then
so much depth that Terra can turn around and
then
put
we'll
on a
call it.
Psylocke game like
We'll
that
call it for the night.
and dominate. That is crazy.
So I can get some
They're quick
food
with the
in my
adaptations,
system.
right? When they come in with one strat and it's not working, the players
about to
have
slam
that
this Chipotle.
versatility to try something else, to make the shakeups. That's what makes them
I'm trying
so
to get to a
challenging
point
beat.
where I
Even
can
when you
get
have
that
an edge
Chipotle
in the map,
burrito
you feel like,
card,
oh,
you know
did
what
we
I'm
get
saying?
the edge on the bans here? They're
Yeah,
just
good luck with that,
they,
bud.
they bring you to the mirror, or they bring out something new.
I'm just gonna start plugging Chipotle every time I go live, in hopes that at some point they're just like, we just gotta give it to this guy.
Here in Fight Night NA, here in in
you
the
just
Marvel
shut
Rivals
the
Invitational,
fuck
Marvel Rivals
up?
Championship. 100 Thieves,
Here's
they're
the
big
card.
contestants. We've been talking about how NA is getting more competitive, but
For
frankly,
real.
100 Thieves
They're just gonna be like,
decisively
we
on
can't can't handle this
They've come
anymore.
close, but it's not
Yeah.
been enough.
That's what I've been hoping
Guys,
would
as
happen
much
with the
as we
Thieves,
said the
but
name
I
Terra
guess I just haven't been
throughout that
annoying enough.
domination, Vinny and TTK right there with him on the damage
I haven't been
front.
annoying
All
enough.
the ultimates set up by the Vanguards. I feel like I almost want to go back and watch this match again and not have my focus purely on the duelist, because you couldn't help but watch the flashiness, but it was being so well set up. 100 Thieves in North America playing incredibly well. My question, Jake, what's up with their Dom? Why do they start slow? This is back-to-back
I guess we're
matches
just
where
not
you lose a game one.
super dominant.
I mean,
We're more
I
submissive.
actually think Shroud X is actually really strong on domination. I don't think that 100 Thieves is necessarily
Huh?
weak. I just think that
I
when
said,
it comes
"Someone
to,
get
like,
this
the
man some
raw
food."
deathmatch game modes, that's where Shroud X looks
They're talking
insane.
about our
However,
domination.
what's
We're
so
just
impressive to me is that how
we're
good
just too
100 Thieves are
submissive.
at making these comebacks, right? The fact that they can go down
That's all.
99-0, it's one thing to win one fight and get the retake. It's a whole other bag to be able to have the strategic depth to know that, okay, we need to win this fight, but we need to hold on to some key tools. If we blow everything, we're just going to lose the next fight.
And they're
really
blowing things?
straddle that
Dude.
risk reward incredibly well, and that tactical outplay, even on a mode like domination, it still gets them over the line.
Like the great Steve, aka Captain America, this skinny kid in high school.
I don't
is
think I
now
have enough
beating ass.
people in
Our
chat to throw
MVP
tomatoes at
of
me.
Tonight for North America goes by the name of Terra.
Terra? Who would have
He did it
thought?
on everything. The Namor, the Winter Soldier.
Who
the
would have thought
Psylocke,
Terra would get
Uber.
match
You got to
MVP?
call all of it. What was your favorite?
I mean, I enjoyed the Wolverine gameplay. I think it's pretty.
Didn't matter what
pretty
he
clear that
played.
What we saw in Hall of Jallia was a little bit out of
Besides
pocket
Punisher.
there from Terra. We
That's the
obviously
asterisk.
tonight,
The asterisk
we
is
Yeah,
Punisher.
highlighted,
don't ever put
duelist
him on
players and
Punisher.
MVP
Doesn't matter what he
all the
played,
time,
asterisks,
that
and
are the
then,
shock and awe ones
you
that
know,
do
at the
garner
bottom,
most attention.
at the bottom it
And
says
we're
Punisher.
early on, I think, in just having deep analytics for Marvel Rivals to sort of
Keep him
assess
off
people's
that.
impact over the game. But I gotta say, just what we've seen on mechanical level from Terra was really impressive. I think if I had to shout,
All right,
someone
what do
else
we
out, I
have
think
tomorrow?
Infinity on
We
Shroud
don't
X had a fantastic
have-
series, and
I
was
think it's
not
Val
bad,
tomorrow.
Maybe one of the maybe
No.
the best in NA, honestly.
I believe it is
but,
Val.
Look, I mean, sorry. If
But
Terra
I'm
does- it
not
almost seems
100%
like
sure.
Terra's stealing these kills from someone else.
Tomorrow, Call of
it's not
Duty
like
might
if
be
Terra doesn't
lit.
get these, someone else is going to get them.
I'm definitely
They
gonna
have to
watch
get them.
COD. I'm just
They
not gonna
need to
watch
fight-
party COD.
Fight after fight here.
Yeah.
And remember, we talked about this. We talked about
But
this.
we
for weeks. Burst
have
damage in Marvel Rivals is the only way you break yourself out of healing throughput prison. It's the only way you
Stage
can
one.
beat these comps when frankly
America's 2025
strategists are tuned
Wikipedia.
to be so powerful, to be so strong, and if you just do the right thing as strategists, you can really keep your team topped up a lot of the time. Because Winter Soldier
Okay,
was
so we have
agency,
second match
for
tomorrow.
duelist players, and Terra looked incredible there, and then this out of nowhere, man, so well handled against Doomed, who'd been looking really scary on the silo.
Shroud X, a great fight last time and went to a game 5.
So we have
This
a
time,
late match
100
tomorrow. We don't play
Thieves
till
sealed
8
the
o'clock.
deal in 4.
Oh,
Terra
shit.
with the final blows.
Oh, well, that's
to
your time,
finish it
though.
in
So
that
that'll be
last round. We
7
look
your
at the
time.
bracket,
No.
A game 5
5
to
my
open
time.
things
5?
up in North America. That
Yeah.
was the match of the day, in my opinion. If you missed it,
Still
check out
later
our
in the day
YouTube
for me, though,
Rivals
too.
Fight night. We got FlyQuest versus Shroud X, and then of course Shroud X starting with map number 1 before the Thieves caught fire. Jake, this is the team to beat in North America. Virtus Pro, the clear favorites in EU. Only time before they meet up and face off against each other. But until then, they're the kings of their respective hills. Who else should challenge them? Like, what kind of comps would work well against our champions?
I think 100 Thieves is, so far, not only are they the strongest team in NA, they're also the most flexible. So I think this is not a team you can beat with cheesy comp strats. I think a team just needs to come and be able to match their diversity.
Teams need to-
far,
dude,
Shroud
they're
X
just
up
making
until
it too
today
easy.
Was perma first banning Wolverine.
I
Today
don't
they
know
realized,
if we're
okay,
getting
we
an
have to
interview.
go beyond that. We have to surpass that.
Are we not
But that
getting
also
an
means in the
interview?
practice, they need to be ready to deploy the Wolverine themselves. They need to be able to play that with full confidence when it is the strongest choice. And I think for teams that have locked in, we're always going to first ban the same thing every single game, that works to a point. It could get you. It could get you to the championship
now.
match. It could get you to the top 4, top 5, just being really good at what you do. But beating the best team in the world, the best team at least in North America for now, in the Thieves, I don't think you're going to be able to beat them with the fixed first ban. I think you're going to need to be able to adapt based on how the series is going, based on the map picks that come out.
All right, we are done for the week. We'll be back next week, same time, same place, 4 p.m. Eastern. That's 1 o'clock out there on the
Well,
West
I guess they're
Coast
not doing
and
an
getting
interview.
late
So
in Europe.
that's gonna do it
On
for me,
behalf of
chat.
Jake,
It
Uber,
was great
ZP,
watch party.
Avast, and all the
Getting to
incredible
see
behind the scenes.
this
Thanks for
Thieves
watching Rivals
Rivals
Fight Night.
team
All
get
the
another
best.
dub
See you
under
next
their
week.
belt.
Look at me, I'm
Okay,
big.
this
I'm
Venom.
jumping and shit while
This
that
is
shark
okay.
is
This is checking me out.
Freaking
This
He's
is checking me
funny.
out, bro. What is
Monkey.
this?
He's throwing the cake back.
That just checked me out. What the fuck was that?
Disgusting birds,
W
bro.
Observer.
Oh my god. Well, like I was saying, it was nice to watch the Thieves get another win. They play again sometime this weekend. I don't know if it's tomorrow or Saturday. But
Saturday.
it's Saturday? Okay. So
Yep.
we'll be live tomorrow for the Valorant match once again on Twitch and YouTube, as long as everything seems to be working fine. And then we'll be live for the Rivals matches on Saturday, because I believe they should play 2 if they win their first one. So, and then Sunday, we're back to COD. We'll only be live on YouTube for COD, just because we can't do it on Twitch as well. But really excited for this weekend. We got a lot of Thieves esports going on, so it's a great time to be a Thieves fan, especially if we're winning. But yeah, that's going to do it for the watch party tonight. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, if you're on YouTube, please like the stream. Lets me know that you guys enjoyed. If you're on Twitch, I'm just going to have to take your word that you guys liked it. There's no way to like it. But yeah, hope you guys have a good rest of your night. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.